Welcome, everybody, to Margs with the Boys, the only podcast on the internet where every single host wears glasses. That's completely true.
No,
it's completely true.
Stop. No,
we're wearing glasses.
No.
I'm part of this.
No, you're not. You're a heathen, and I hate you for it.
My name is Jyggy11. Jyggy, people call me Jyggy. And I'm here with my good friends, TV for Good, Scootish, and Duggerknot. We're going to be recapping E3 2021. How are you guys?
I love that. Yes.
I am great.
Stupendous.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Excellent.
Very, very
I'm
good.
having
I'm
a really tough time today. Actually, Doug.
What's wrong? What's wrong, Scootish?
Tell us more, please.
So, I was trying to watch the E3 press conferences, but I'm sorry, this is so difficult. Twitch.tv/Jyggy11
Yeah.
destroyed my television that I was watching Twitch.tv/Twitch Gaming to watch the press conferences with Nerf Ninja Swords.
He has to be stopped, honestly.
Somebody must stop this.
So
evil
Jyggy11,
evil-
I ask you, and do you know why he did it?
Why?
I wish I
Because
did.
he was taking me down a peg. Because he thought I was acting all high and mighty 2 weeks ago with my glasses, and he got in real close and he whispered to me, and this is a 100% accurate Jyggy11, 100% accurate accent of Jyggy11. He just goes, "Oh, Scootish, I'm gonna wear glasses on the podcast, but they're not gonna have lenses in them, and I'll show you power, unbeatable power."
That sounds
And then-
terrifying.
It was
Jiggy
awful.
does
It
say
was
the word
awful.
podcast super weird like that.
It was,
Wait, how do I say podcast weird?
it was so weird.
What- Anyway, yes. I mean, speaking of which, here we do have to say this is. I think we should definitely touch on this, and this is a very interesting thing. I broadcast the press conferences this week, this past week. TB joined me for one of them. Scoot, did you do any coverage? Any coverage?
I did. I covered Xbox
Okay.
and Square.
And Doug, did you cover any?
I will admit that I first watched them about 2 hours ago at 2 times speed, so I'd be prepared for this recording.
Solid.
I respect it. I
Hell
really do.
yeah.
But and so here, Scootish and definitely TB, especially from today, can relate to me here. This year was the hardest year to broadcast to co-stream, I should say, these press conferences, for me at least. And I've been doing this for like 8 years. I've been doing this the same way for 8 years. And this year just felt like the biggest like pain in the butt I've ever seen or I've ever been a part of.
I know, I agree with you. But honestly, like going back and like watching them, this year's kind of sucked. Just like the whole way through.
I thought it was fine.
I think it was
Yeah.
Here's what I want to say, and I want to know if you guys agree with me. We have not seen an E3. Technically, last year it was canceled, and we had Summer Game Fest, and that really wasn't that crazy. But I feel like if there was one last year, and if this was any other year, this would be considered an okay E3.
It's a pretty standard
like
E3.
yeah, nothing amazing, but it was okay, which is funny because in my opinion, there were some pretty good games that were announced or touched on this week. Yeah. There were. It wasn't a boring week. It just didn't feel as powerful as in past.
Yeah. There was
Go ahead.
barely anything groundbreaking, like something out of left field that you wouldn't expect. It was all pretty like, here's what we have, some cool announcements that aren't that crazy, and then here's like gameplay of stuff you've been wanting to see. So
Oh my goodness. Hello, Steve from Direct Relief.
Oh, I thought I was gonna say from Minecraft.
No. Well, he's here
same,
too,
same place.
in our hearts.
Oh, okay. I don't know. For me, E3 has always been like such a thing that's like so beautiful and like up there for me as like a creator, as a gamer, and yeah, it's been on a steady decline for years. I've seen it. Everyone has seen it. Everyone's commented on it too. But this year, all the joy was sucked out. Not only because of like the hard streaming restrictions, but because I just felt like the shows weren't constructed well, in my opinion. I mean, Capcom was, in my opinion, the worst. And no, I'm sorry, Bandai Namco now was the worst
Really?
and abysmal.
I didn't watch Bandai Namco.
Namco showed one like phone game, and that was it. Capcom was pretty bad, and we probably could have seen the painting on the wall. If your main thing you're showing off at E3 is an Ace Attorney game, I love Ace Attorney, but if that's your big ticket item, where something went wrong.
An Ace Attorney game that was already announced. It was already announced. It's already
already announced, and Japan has already experienced and played.
Yes.
So Xbox, I felt like the order was really messed up. Like I felt like the first half was pretty good, and it got a couple of like, oh my god moments for me. But then by the end of it, I think like after the Halo stuff, I was completely bored.
I think Xbox's shortcoming was the rapid fire with no really like payoff. Like they showed off way too much to the point where it was like overload and we didn't really care. And they've done that in the past before. I think they did that 2018.
And I think we'll talk about that when we dive into the Xbox presentation, the Xbox showcase. I'd love to, let's save that kind of thing. But in reality, right now I wanted to talk about what it felt like to watch E3, and it's something. Now, Doug, you watched them all 22 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Were you spoiled? Were you spoiled by announcements? Did it matter to you as somebody who did not get up at dumb o'clock or turn on the show or spend? There was, what was it, the day Ubisoft and Xbox, or I'm sorry, the day Xbox and Square Enix were, I was like scouring Twitch channels to find out where the heck I'm supposed to watch, because I didn't know where I was allowed to watch, and B, what I was supposed to watch.
Yeah, it took us some time to sort of, nail down like when the shows were and like stuff like that. As I think TB was saying, like they felt a little kind of slapped together, a little just a little bit haphazard and not very like super professional, honestly, because like it just feels, well, it's been an off year, I guess, for everyone. And we're finally, I think, seeing the fruit of like, the pandemic having affected like release schedules and stuff. Like finally is rearing up, because now it's been going on over a year, versus like the first half of the pandemic, we were actually getting the releases that we would have gotten normally anyway. But now the development time lag is really kind of setting in here. So that's why I think like maybe we should, give them a little slack. I know gamers tend not to try to, be nice about stuff like that. But I do think that we are finally seeing that type of effect rearing its ugly head. But yeah, we had trouble like when are these shows? Like they haven't announced yet. Like even like just over a week out, I think we still didn't know a couple of their actual times.
Bandai Namco was added yesterday or something like that. It was like 2 days ago.
But for me, I definitely got spoiled on a lot of stuff, but like I don't care about that kind of thing very much. Like I did go back and watch it, and I was like, oh, that's very cool. This is a very cool moment, but I don't need to be part of like that type of like pop off or whatever necessarily. Because it's still very cool. Like the stuff that I'm excited for, I'm very excited for, and the stuff that I'm not, I understand is probably for someone else, except for the mobile game and the Fallout 76 stuff. I don't know who that's for.
Yeah.
So touching a little bit on what Scootish said here. Scootish said, mentioned broadcaster restrictions. Now I'm gonna quickly fill in our audience about that. If you don't know, as a broadcaster on Twitch or on YouTube or anywhere, the big thing right now is DMCA. Big takedowns due to not having the license, usually for audio, but a lot of the time it's for anything. So it's one of those things where E3 officially put out a statement on like Thursday or something like that. It wasn't even Thursday. I think it was like Wednesday, that said, if you're not officially sanctioned by E3, you are not allowed to co-stream their broadcast. I think a lot of that was based on they wanted to cover their butts just in case they got DMCA. or by companies, but it was one of those things that caused a massive uproar. And it's something that,
of course, as it should.
Yeah. And I understand that we live in a very weird time right now. We live in a weird time where I guess I don't want to say it, but finally the years and years of being able to kind of do whatever you want on Twitch are over. You have to be more careful with what audio you play because people are getting taken down, and Twitch will not and cannot do anything about it. So it's one of those things where they did do something about it in this case, and I want to know Scootish's opinion here, as well as Doug and TB, even though you guys didn't do it. The Twitch gaming channel set out
terrible. Awful.
I know, just let me explain what it is, and then you can say it's terrible.
I want blood.
They decided to take it upon themselves to do something for broadcasters who wanted to co-stream it, which is they took every single press conference and they removed the original audio from more or less every trailer and replaced it with copyright-free generic tunes. So, for a great example is the Guardians of the Galaxy trailer, which had, Guardians of the Galaxy music,
like 80s music,
yes.
probably?
Oh, did they?
Yes, 80s music.
Did they have the kind of music?
It was
I
great.
didn't know.
It was great, but you didn't hear it, did you?
That would have been great to listen to.
Exactly. But they also took, they didn't have that power to just change the music. They had the power to replace all the audio, meaning if there was any voiceover, any explanation, anything, you couldn't hear it.
Here's the thing that angers me so much about E3. When you use, they make it such a big deal, like, you can't use music on YouTube or Twitch unless you have express, like, an express okay from, like, the music companies, Universal, UMG, the big dogs, the main idiots. So my problem is, do the game companies not have that okay? Why is, like, that not in the contracts? What, like, how big people's reactions are. How big people's reactions can get on YouTube, reacting to your trailer. You know how well that sells. You know that makes your game trending. It's not because of your dumb game and Celine Dion singing a song. It's because of the idiot on the camera going like, oh my god, and breaking their bunk bed because the game looks cool. It's because of that reaction. It's because they want to relive that reaction. And because of that, it sells a few games. I'm sure it does. It's never made me buy a game, but I know people that it's made other people buy games. So why is it not in their contracts? People can people can react to this content and upload it wherever they want. Why do we suffer for a thing that has already been paid for by someone else? It upsets me. It makes me so mad, and I want to break their kneecaps.
Yeah, it's just the sort of like the, what is it, the MPAA or the record industry RAAA. Yeah. It's just whoever like is in charge. There's just corporations, and we shouldn't linger on this too much, but they're just corporations that have attached themselves to the creative output of actual creative people and have made the planet worse by sort of like exercising so much control over this wonderful expression of creativity that is music and art and other things like that.
I hate Andrew Cuomo. He had something to do with this. I know he did. I know it. First he's auditing me, and now this.
Thank you, Techno.
It's one of those things where I was worried, because as somebody who this is a major part of not only my income, but it's really my life. Twitch is a major part of my life. It's something that it means a lot to me. It's all I got. Yep. And it's one of those things where I'll use today as a great example. Today, Nintendo decided that they did not want to allow broadcasters to co-stream their direct. Now, that being said, there's a lot of miscommunication involved in this, where apparently it was Japan only because of laws over there. Apparently it was a whole different thing, but it scared everybody to the point where you look at the directory and it's just people reacting muted, including myself.
Here's the problem with that. It all stemmed from one indie article. I believe the first one I saw, the first one posted, was a Nintendo Everything, I think. But regardless, they still posted it. I still can come down on them a little bit because they got the information wrong. If you Google translated the Nintendo tweet, they said this only applies to Japan. But because the stupid websites that all boil down to dumb, idiotic rumors, like they're putting Big Booty Cardi B and Smash Brothers as a headline.
Woo!
They want to click. So they're freaking lying to people, and then when I go live, because I don't know all the information, and I'm worried because I don't want to get my channel taken down.
We don't want
I have
to.
7 people in my chat. I have a predominant amount of people in my chat saying oh man, you shouldn't be live about this because Twitch retweeted it and said, since not everyone can go live with it, we're not going live with it either. And I'm it's written in a way where it's Twitch is Twitch does this and it makes me so freaking mad where they're not giving the right information. They're trying to be on the right side when it's the dumbest side to that's not something important. That's not an important side to be on.
You're not on the right side, Scootish.
No, I'm on the right side, but dude, it's oh my god, Twitch just made me so mad. That one Twitch tweet made me stop streaming, and I had such a fun stream with my mom planned because
it sucks.
My mom is hilarious and doesn't know what a Waluigi is. I hate the ESA now. I hated E3. I hated E3 last year because I thought the event was. I loved the press conferences. The event's dog shit.
This
year,
wasn't
the
E3
event
last
was
year.
the
Last year didn't
press
even
conferences,
exist.
and they messed up the one goddamn thing that was good about E3. Summer Game Fest was better.
Summer's Game Fest had Elden Ring.
I feel
Summer
that
Game Fest had Hideo Kojima talking about COVID and 9/11 for no reason.
Yes. Yeah.
I feel that when E3, when the presenters can get up on stage in front of a live audience again, it'll return to normal.
Boys, I also want to apologize for my temper and my outbursts. I
don't want to hear it, Scootish.
No, I don't want to hear it either.
We love it. We love your.
Yeah.
We love your.
The
passion is
you know?
powerful.
TB,
And
I'm
I
gonna be
agree.
honest with you. I'm coming at you with the passion and the intensity of Jyggy 11 brandishing Nerf ninja swords, and I'm gonna try to bring it back to a gleeful, cheerful Scootish. I apologize and I hope we can move forward.
Well, to your point, 2 weeks ago we talked about E3 is sort of in a weird place right now because a lot of companies are making their own directs now because they saw how successful Nintendo is with their directs, and it's sort of an artifact of how things used to be because you used to have to kind of grind everything together all in one go because there wasn't internet everywhere and you couldn't just broadcast your own thing and have your own channel and make up your own thing whenever you wanted and produce this kind of stuff in-house super easily. So taking it to a show floor and showing it to the press where the press is going to be was the way, but now it might be outdated. So as to TB's point, if they can get in front of an audience and sort of retake the magic that it used to be and bring back the energy of a traditional E3 event, it might return perhaps to form that we expect.
You know what I think a lot of it is?
What's that?
I think a lot of it is because now we're getting to a point where companies are figuring out Twitch. They're figuring out live streaming. They're figuring out a view on a live stream is worth 100 times more than a view on a YouTube video.
Yeah.
An ad, you should say.
And I really think they're like, we want all the data to be on our stream,
Yeah.
thinking like that like let's say Jyggy, you streamed Nintendo today.
I did.
Thinking Jiggy's stream does not count towards their end total. But that is wrong. Jiggy's view, all of Jiggy's views today absolutely counted towards Nintendo's view count. And it just requires a little bit more of legwork from whoever needs to have that data. It's not that hard to find. Twitch does a pretty good job. There's websites like Twitch Tracker, which stores literally every live stream you do and every title and exactly what you did. You can find it. Just a little bit more legwork. You just could put in a keyword for E3 Nintendo, put a little bunch of bug words. You can find those numbers pretty easily. It's just it's just greedy, it's lazy, and it's not what video gaming is about. And it just broke my heart, this E3.
I feel like streaming has become such a potent like medium for getting stuff out there.
Absolutely.
Like E3 back in the day was, you had all these press going to it, like Doug said earlier, so that they could learn about it and then pass that information on to the consumer. But now you have all your IGN, GameStop, Polygon. They don't even have to go there. They just have to like restream the stream, and they have all their information out there that they need.
Yep.
Yeah. And if they were to come up with a way to allow people to restream very easily and like, I don't know, code something together or whatever, like, or have a, an open partner program or something like that wasn't restricted at all, then those numbers would be super easy to calculate.
Yeah.
And like people's enthusiasm about reveals like really drives, I think, sales and excitement for games. Like there's like every Smash character, there's always like memes about like, oh, here's this person just flipping out because this is their favorite character from whatever series.
And
in the streaming space, especially on Twitch, one of the biggest like platforms or like mediums that a lot of like top end streamers do is their reactionary content. They're looking at something and everybody is watching to see how they feel about that.
I think Atlas learned this lesson whenever they put a bunch of restrictions on Persona 5 streaming. And there was a huge blowback for that. But like a lot of us have streamed before, and some of us stream extremely regularly and can attest to the fact that all the time people are like, this looks cool, I want to pick this up. Like, it's definitely
I buy
not
that game because you told me to, or I buy that game because I watched you play it and I thought I would enjoy it.
Yeah, I thought I would enjoy it. I thought I would, do a different job, do a better job than you, maybe. But I mean, it definitely drives sales. Like especially for like, I think Atlas was concerned about people seeing the story-based content and deciding not to purchase it based on having seen the entire story or whatever.
Sure.
But like, that's not it. Like, that's not it, Chief Atlas. That is not how this works. And to your point of like, oh, companies are trying to figure out Twitch and they're getting there, has only, I think, made Twitch worse, honestly.
Yeah.
But I think it kind of, and this is
that
totally opposite here, but it kind of reminds me a lot of when DVR came out. I think we're all old enough that we remember when DVR came out. I think all of us remember. And when I remember...
What's a DVR? Oh, like a
recording.
DVR.
Yeah, DVR doesn't really
recording
exist
DVD.
anymore.
Okay.
Back then,
Yes.
that was a big deal.
Gotcha.
And
Okay,
I remember that TV companies freaked out like crazy because every single show lost viewers.
Lost? I love that show.
Yeah, they basically lost
I'm more
numbers.
of a Malcolm in the Middle kind of guy.
Like their ratings dropped like crazy when DVR came out because of the fact that people were recording it and watching it on their own time, and they had no way of knowing that they recorded it. It took them like, I think 6 months or even up to a year for broadcast companies to actually give data to networks about DVR recordings. And it's funny because I remember back then it was one of those things where there were shows that got even more popular in the cult fashion, like because of the fact that people could record them and watch them when they weren't home. So
I think serial shows, like shows that have continuity that you have to like watch back to back to back to back, really benefit from that format.
Yeah.
Here's the thing that it comes down to is the little guy is never thought of really.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I you can see this with shows like a show like Community. Show is amazing. That shows the little guy. We as like the small up and coming creators that we're the little guy. And they think we don't have power. And at the end of the day, I remember this. This is a little bit of a sad story, but I got a code for a Square Enix game. I love Square Enix. Jyggy11 knows how much I love Square Enix. I hope Doug and TB, I hope you guys know how much I love Square Enix. I was given a code to a game, and it actually influenced someone to buy that game. That they would not have bought it otherwise. They told me this. Now, unfortunately, that game was Balan Wonderworld, but still, I had that power. I did it just because I played it, and I was having I was having fun with it. I was having fun with it because I was streaming it, and I just love streaming so much. But end of the day, we have that
bestowed
power.
a curse upon one of your viewers.
But if anything, that shows even more how powerful the small creator is. I took a broken egg of a game, and I sold it as if it was like the most precious golden Easter egg, as if Peter the Rabbit shat out the egg himself. And it's
I think your analogy is falling flat.
Oh, so definitely video game.
No, a golden
game
egg, a golden egg.
Things are getting a bit scrambled.
I think so, especially indie game companies. Very good. Indie game companies,
joke was sunny side up though, TB. Let me tell you.
Understand it a little
I
better.
prefer over easy.
All right.
All right, moving on now.
Am I on mute? I think indie companies understand this a lot better. Where like, if once we get back to conventions again, once those are a thing again, like wear your purple Twitch hoodie, and you will get approached to be like, you know, someone will be like, "Hey, you stream? Like, I make a game. Like, I would love you to play it on stream. Like, that's a great way to get eyes on their game."
That was how I used to do it all the time. I used to do Indie Game Sunday because I had so many developers that were just like, "Please play my game." You know? But anyway, moving on here.
When cons come back.
Oh, okay.
Hold on, I'm so sorry.
No, you're good.
When cons come back,
live,
can we get
Margs.
a table? Do live Margs literally on the floor of the convention. Set up a table somewhere and just like sit there, and we just interview the people at the convention. I just think that sounds hilarious, and I want to do it.
Well, we find an empty booth that no one's claimed, and we steal it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
we need the Margs with the Boys branded microphone sleeve.
Oh, absolutely, the square.
Oh, the little square, yeah. I have some of those. I can make that happen. But anyway, moving on here. The main core of the show tonight was that we wanted to go through what happened at E3 this whole week. We wanted to go through each of the press conferences, talk about the main big things that were released, talk to you guys in the chat as well as on Twitter, and just look at what happened and what was announced. So I figured we could start on off here with Ubisoft.
Yeah. The one I didn't watch. Have fun, guys.
Ubisoft. I also did not watch it.
I just listened to the highlights.
No, I don't want to skip Ubisoft.
Let's do majority real quick. Who watched Ubisoft? Because I don't hear just one person saying no. I don't hear just two people saying no. I hear three people saying they didn't watch it because I didn't watch it either.
All right. Well, let's talk about three games.
I looked up the announcements from an article afterwards.
Yeah. Let's talk about at least.
And I saw there was no Beyond Good and Evil.
No.
So then I immediately closed the tab.
Into the dumpster.
Yep.
Sure. I want to talk about three games, okay? We can skip Rainbow Six.
Okay, finally we can talk about Just Dance 2022. Hell yeah.
Let's go!
It looks awesome, gamer. Listen, can I just tell you, the minute I saw Just Dance 22, you know what jumped in my mind immediately, Doug or not? You know what jumped in that brain immediately?
Was it Beep Bomb?
No, I'm going to say two words. I'm going to say three words, actually. Amaranth. Hot tub. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go, gamers.
Okay, all right. Let's talk about Ubisoft here. So, one of the they didn't announce too many games here.
It.
But it's one of those things where they really pushed Far Cry 6. Far Cry 6 was the big thing, talking about Gus coming in and being the villain. So my first question for you guys is just a short. I want to keep it to 2 questions per game, and then just a general discussion here. So 2 questions. The first question is do you guys care about Far Cry 6, and will you play it?
I wish I cared because it looks cool, but I don't care.
Here's my issue with Far Cry. Far Cry 3, breathtaking. One of my favorite games.
The game.
Far Cry 4, still pretty good. Far Cry 5, you lost me. Far Cry New Dawn, I didn't like Rage 2.
True.
I'm glad that joke landed with my gamer boys.
True.
Far Cry 6, looks like they're going back in the step of the right direction, but honestly, a little too late.
Yeah.
I don't really care. It looks like they're going like a DIY, like
Yeah.
you get to build your gun format. I hate DIY. I don't like it. I don't like it in my games. Just give
See,
me
I
the
do
fun.
like that.
Okay.
Fallout New Vegas is one of my favorite games.
I mean, that's
And-
an entirely different game, though. A different
Yeah.
genre. Like,
But
You know-
they shifted a lot more over to the crafting side, whereas Fallout 3 was pretty find things and use them.
Gotta
I
have
think
crafting. It's 2021. Come on.
for me though, Far Cry is like pretty bread and butter, basic, like just mow these people down games. Just
Yeah.
mindless.
That's
The
true.
minute you make me think about like, how do I build this again?
Well,
I don't want to play.
It's been a while since I played it, but haven't the new gen Tomb Raiders kind of had a little bit of like crafting in them as well?
Again, for me though, entirely different games. Like,
See, that's pretty similar to what I would say for Far Cry. They're all.
Really? Okay.
I think like all these like action shooter kind of story based games are trying to follow in the footsteps of what The Last of Us did.
And
Like-
Uncharted. Yeah.
Yeah.
Any Naughty Dog. 2 Naughty Dog games.
hmm
And
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
But I feel like that era is almost behind us at this point.
you know what, TB? I don't think it's behind us. I will never ever say that a narrative or movie-driven, like movie story-styled game is going to be behind us ever.
I don't
single
think
part of
that.
the thing.
I don't think that's what TB's saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But here's what I want to. Here's my thing, and I hope maybe you guys agree with me here. I feel like Far Cry, and I actually agree with Scootish. The last Far Cry game, the only Far Cry game I played was 3, and I quite enjoyed it.
Yes. Okay.
That
Yeah.
being
God.
said, though, they
Oh my
lost me
God.
at, like,
You
Blood
scared me. I
Dragon.
thought you were about to say the only Far Cry game you played was 5,
Or Blood
and you
Dragon.
wrote it off because 5
No.
was terrible.
No. But Blood Dragon, everybody has Blood Dragon. But
Blood Dragon's lit.
but I feel like they have become this generic cookie cutter of a shooty game, and then they tack
Yeah.
on big celebrity villain to quote unquote sell the game. And they did
Yeah.
it with this, where they're just like, it's the story, it's Gustavo Fring, it's the Empire guy, it's the villain, he's
Well-
evil.
Yeah.
Buy my game. I don't care.
Granted, Far Cry villains are very well written pretty much
Every
all the time.
Yeah.
Sure.
I just.
So it's not coming out of nowhere.
Sure.
Where they're using
No.
that as a selling point.
The villain has always been the selling point since Far Cry 3 because they knocked it so out of the park with
Mhm.
Voss by accident.
Yeah.
But they knocked it out of the park. And then Pagan Min also, really
Mhm.
great villain too. The American dude, I didn't like him because
Yeah.
I was dating a really religious girl at the time, and I was like,
Oh god.
this is really scary because this is exactly who that guy is. That guy is actually the lead pastor for the Church Hill song in New York City. I'm saying this because this is Justin Bieber's church. This is Chris Pratt's church. We need to do something about it. It's weird. It's super weird. Gonna get a little political about it, but like, bro, it is if you want to live in Far Cry 5, come to New York. I'll take you to a really fun afternoon.
A mega
Uh,
church.
A mega church, yes.
Yikes.
Yeah, but including Giancarlo Esposito, good idea.
Great actor.
Great actor, great character. It will be a great character. I'm not actually even thinking about the story when I say I'm not interested in Far Cry. I'm just not interested in Far Cry because the gameplay of Far Cry 5 was such utter ass. Far Cry 4, Far Cry 3, it was pretty like self-explanatory. It's like, yeah, you can go do the main mission right now. You're under-leveled and under-prepared, but you can go do it. But in Far Cry 5, there's like 7 different things you can go do at the same time. The world's giant, and I get overwhelmed in open world games a lot of times, and I just have to take a step back. I'm like, no. And Far Cry 6 looks like they're doing that again.
Yeah.
But although the little pupper, big fan of the pupper.
True.
Little paraplegic pupper with a rocket on his back. On
Yeah.
his little wheel.
I feel like
I'm on board.
The further along we've gotten in the Far Cry series, the like more dated the gameplay is, and they're not like keeping up to date with like how it should be for a modern open world shooter. You know?
Yeah.
So they're not like innovating enough, you think?
Yeah.
Doug, have you played
Yeah.
Far Cry?
Nope, don't care. Won't play it.
Shooting game.
I know that people seem to really like it, and as you guys have been saying, like 3 and 4, I guess, like great villains, great story, great fun. But again, if they're not innovating or doing anything interesting, just go back and play those again. If you
No,
want to play them.
I would
Yeah.
say though, Doug, I implore you, as like a fan of yours and a fan of your content, I implore you to go play 3. Maybe Cyber Dragon as well, if you like those
He's
really
adding it
bad
to the
80
spreadsheet
movies.
right now.
Yeah, let me just crack open my spreadsheet and see if I already own them.
Three is
I love the
3 is
spreadsheet.
extremely
Big fan
good.
of your
Doug.
spreadsheet, let
3
me tell you.
Yeah, 3 is up there. Yeah. Anyway, anything else that we wanted to touch on? All in all, are you gonna buy it?
Please,
You gonna buy it?
no.
No.
Doug's not buying it. Scoot's not buying it. TB, you buying it?
No.
Okay, I'm not buying it either. All right, moving
guess I
on
don't
to
have
the
any Far
the
Cry.
highest and most anticipated sequel of all time, Mario plus Rabbids Spark of Hope.
Kind of looks sick. Not gonna lie.
The first one was extremely good, from what I understand.
Yeah.
So I'm busy putting 100 hours into Final Fantasy X right now.
Big fan of wait, you're doing what? What are you doing right now?
Final Fantasy X.
Doug's don't listen to me. Yes, Doug, I love that energy.
I'm doing it.
Keep
It's
it up,
great.
keep it up,
I'm
keep it
almost
up.
done.
Yes.
I'm maxing out my
Big fan,
stats.
big fan.
It's great. I'm having a lot of fun.
Doug, get Titus's ultimate weapon. If you do, I'll give you
I did.
$100. I'm not even joking.
Literally, I could show you. I have all 7 ultimate weapons. I rock.
You beat the
Mario
birds.
plus Rabbids.
Yeah, I beat
Spark
the birds.
of
I
Hope.
beat the birds.
All
I
right.
beat the lightning.
Now you
I'm
need
so
to max
proud of
out
you.
your circle grid.
I
your
just
sphere grid
finished
on
my
everybody.
sphere grid. Titus has been around it, and I just need to take everyone else
Bro,
through it.
hell yeah.
He's got
Okay.
Legend.
99,999 HP. It's delicious.
Sick.
Mario
It took
plus
forever. I
Rabbids
fought the same guy
Spark of
300
Hope.
times.
No.
Yeah, Mario Rabbids. It's gonna be great.
It's Mario
it's
Rabbids.
Advance
Looks
Wars
more of the
again.
same. Just
Except your
Booma, space.
ugly bunnies. Yeah, it's gonna be great.
Yeah.
You'll love it.
And this time you have Anime Bunny, and Mario Bunny wants to boink the Anime
there's-
Bunny.
there's-
Don't know why. I don't know who the Anime
Swoosh.
Bunny's supposed to be.
Don't
It's
say
confusing.
that.
Swoosh Hair Bunny is in the mix. We're gonna love it.
It's fun. It looks funny.
Looks
I'll
great.
probably play it.
It's
the end.
it looks like more of the same from the first one, but I wanted more from the first one, so
Yeah.
looks like I'm getting my more. So
I think
let's
my
go.
number one hope for it, and this is something I'm playing the trailer right now on the show for everybody. But it's one of those things where I really hope that it just keeps me interested. It's one of those things where I enjoyed Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle, but by I don't know hour like 30 of doing the same exact missions over and over again, I was kind of just done with it, and I didn't even beat the game. So
because I watched you a lot. This was a lot of the time when I was like still like figuring out streaming, and I wasn't streaming on my own, and I was like watching you primarily.
And I was playing this game. I think.
You were playing this game.
I
It
wasn't.
is hard to stream a game like this and keep it interesting the whole way through.
Yeah.
So I think you're using streamer brain right now, not actually gamer brain. Because I played the game off stream. That game's enjoyable the whole way through. And if you don't think so, I think you're incorrect.
I probably just got tired of it and didn't go back and didn't give it a chance. So, you know.
You gotta use your gooey, gunky gamer brain.
Thank you, Naked Jyggy.
Yeah,
Yes,
I love Naked Jyggy.
Me too, man. I know a friend of mine is quite fond of him as well, actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, this game looks great. You got Rabid Rosalina. Love the character they're giving Rabid Rosalina. You got the future Smash character Rabid Peach.
Yep. Yep.
Super excited. Like, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be fun. But it's just more of the same. We all knew it was gonna happen. It got leaked, but we knew it was gonna happen anyway. In my opinion, anyway, it seemed like a slam dunk. Like, Ubisoft doesn't really get that many slam dunks. You're gonna cash in on the slam dunks as much as you can. Wait, what, are you saying no?
I said no, they don't get a lot of slam dunks. I mean, Rabbids was their last slam dunk. Rabbits, like Raving Rabbits, was their last, like, let's make this a franchise. And
plus,
now...
if you can make something that everyone found so hateful and annoying and evil, if you can turn them into one of the biggest Instagram influencers on the platform, you deserve a trilogy in my eyes. Well, we're not seeing the last of the Rabbids after this game. We're getting 3.
Poor Rayman. Let's be real. Poor Rayman got thrown in a dumpster.
Please stop talking about Ubisoft. I'm still upset about.
We got one more.
You were like just 2 short questions for each game, and we've done 2 games now. It's been 20 minutes.
Yeah, I know. This is it. Last one for Ubisoft. But last question here: will you buy it? Scooter, are you gonna buy Rabbits?
Yes.
Okay, Doug, are you buying Rabbits?
Man, it's gonna go on sale for like $3, like the first one did again. So I'll pick it up.
TB?
Yeah.
All right. Final Ubisoft question. Final Ubisoft game here. The big boy. The shocker. The, oh my god, I can't believe we got this right on the bingo? Avatar. Frontiers of Pandora.
That was rumored or leaked or whatever. That's why.
Oh yeah, no, that's that was rumored.
We're not big brain.
Like,
I just read news beforehand.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
All right. Okay. I thought we were really big brained or something.
No, God, that would have been huge.
But also not gonna watch it anyway.
Don't really care.
Not gonna play it.
No.
Yeah.
Not interested.
I just don't care.
Can you name one thing from the movie that isn't that
name one?
It looks pretty.
Mike, name one character that isn't Jake Sully.
No, I can't even name Jake Sully. Jake Sully.
Yeah.
Apparently not.
Then point.
Avatar,
my
James
point is
Cameron's
proven.
Avatar.
Doug's point is proven. You're not buying it either. Let's move on from this terrible show.
Why are they exhuming this franchise that fell off the face of the earth?
They're making
it wasn't a
4 more movies.
But they though, T. This is the thing. It's like, I don't understand James Cameron at all. I don't understand Disney. I don't know how he got so many people to put their beans in the Avatar jar, because it makes no sense.
It's the best-selling movie of all time.
Only because it was the first 3D movie that didn't make you use red and green eye things. It literally is not a good movie. Avatar is not that good of a film.
It's not.
It's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. It's actually quite generic.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's quite
generic. It is
generic.
the story from Pocahontas, except
it's got decent
everyone's tall and blue.
But, like, Avatar, James Cameron's Avatar was only popular.
I think it's better than Pocahontas. I think it's better than Pocahontas, personally.
Okay.
So that's because it was made 30 years later.
Yeah, because blue's better. Yeah. All right, moving on. Xbox.
Anyway, moving on over to Xbox. Xbox. The first thing that runs to my head is Todd Howard. First off, let's talk about the Xbox.
Todd.
The Xbox from massive 30 plus game. The
like
30
40
plus
games.
40 game. 2 hours or whatever.
Yeah, too many. Hour and a half. 40
what are we
games in
thinking?
an hour and a half.
I'm a big fan of that format, personally. That's what I like.
I do too.
I got burnt out on it after about 40 minutes.
Well,
I watched a 7-minute recap video, and I was burnt out by the end of that.
Yeah.
I personally think in every direct, every presentation like this, you got your big boys. You got the boys that are awesome. You got your Jack Black in Sea of Thieves, Jack Sparrow in Sea of Thieves. You got Halo Infinite multiplayer, free to play. You got whatever you want, but then also you got your like shovelware that like they're paying for time too, and they're there too. Nintendo is guilty of this as well. Like Definitely saw some games at Nintendo. I'm sure I'll remember that I was like, they didn't need to waste time on this. They
I
wasted.
remember Roller City. We got pretty annoyed about
Yep.
from the direct a couple months ago.
Yep. Like
Yes.
it just happens every announcement thing. It happens. Like, and in my eyes, the Xbox show failed. And I was talking about this early, and you were like, save it. Don't say it out loud.
Yeah.
The show started pretty great. Sea of Thieves, Jack Sparrow, hype.
Oh, well, don't worry. We're gonna get into it. We're getting into it. Okay, we're getting into it. I promise. We're gonna talk about those individuals. But
No, but I'm saying,
okay.
but like this goes on to my point about the Xbox show.
Yeah.
They ordered it and structured it badly.
Yeah.
Because they had that build, and then they got to their lull, which again, everyone to allow gamers to be like, oh, this kind of sucks. Like whatever, like Forza, who cares? Maybe that's hype for some people, but not for
like
gonna say
4
most.
people.
Techno's throwing hands right now.
Well, like what's the graph? Like the ideal graph you would think? Like what was it that they did, and then what would be ideal?
It's a reverse bell
I think
curve.
the graph needs to go like up. You
Yeah.
need a lull because you need to let the hype like recharge. You can't have an hour and a half of people going like, oh, because eventually they're gonna get bored. They're gonna get tired.
Well, yeah,
they're
you
gonna
can't
fall
start at the
asleep.
bottom like shovelware, and then like build up to the end.
Right.
Or whatever.
They got me in a great mood with Jack Black of Sea of Thieves. I was actually
What's
making
going
fun
on
of
the
Sea of Thieves.
stream?
I was
Doug's
literally making,
microphone is colored out.
Hold on, let me.
Am
Just
I
the
being chroma
microphone.
keyed? Did you chroma key blue?
Oh, that's so
I
weird.
fixed it.
No, it looks like you ate way too many Cheetos.
I fixed it. Okay.
You look
Yeah.
better now.
Oh, darn! As soon as
but
I
it-
clicked, it's fixed.
So they did a good job of like building it up, and then there was like a little bit of lull. Some things that like look good. I'm like, oh, nice, that looks awesome. But nothing big like Jack Black, like or Jack Sparrow. I don't know why I keep saying Jack
Jack,
Black.
what if
Jack
he were
Black.
in Sea of Thieves?
That would be
That would be-
sick.
that
if
would be
you
Yo,
know it.
He
Jack
played a
Black.
great character.
But I think they should have ended with the Halo stuff.
Yeah.
I think so too.
Yeah.
'Cause, like,
so, like
I don't know.
ramp up, lull, and
I-
then ramp up at the end.
It needs to like it needs to be like a roller coaster because like the roller coaster is just build.
No, they ended on the most hype announcement of the entire E3.
Oh,
Wait,
hated
really?
that.
The Xbox mini fridge.
Oh yeah.
Oh, shut up! That wasn't in the. That
Yeah,
wasn't in their presentation.
TB.
TV.
That's not
That
a
wasn't
joke.
in their presentation. You know I was talking about the vampire video
I,
game.
I honestly think Redfall looked really sick.
I didn't.
I was
like
really
it.
excited
The
for it.
mini fridge right now here.
Yeah, I'm watching the video.
I'm
for
buying the
mini
mini fridge day one.
the
Day one
mini
Oh,
buy.
fridge.
absolutely.
World's most
I'm getting the mini fridge.
powerful mini fridge. Oh
Can
man.
you play games on it?
No.
No,
No.
it's a mini
It's
fridge.
just a mini fridge.
It's got
Yeah.
a green light in it, so that's
Yep.
day one buy.
Oh,
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
RGB, dude. It's most powerful. Look at it,
Oh,
Well,
it's just G.
yeah. Anyway,
Uh,
anyway.
sorry.
So I figured let's talk about some of the heavy hitters of this Xbox. And so
Go for it.
TB, you said that there were about 5 games that you actually really liked. And out of these
Yep.
40 games right here, the heavy hitters for me and what we have on our list here, hopefully you guys are all okay with it, was Starfield, Halo, Sea of Thieves, Forza Horizon, thanks Technofin, and Redfall. So why don't we first start off with the 1 minute wonder, what I call is Todd Howard's 25 years in the making, Starfield.
I
Boo.
don't care. I didn't see anything.
Yeah,
I mean, the
they're
cinematics look
they're
cool.
they are entirely way overhyping it for what they are showing. They're like 25 years in the making, super anticipated. That you showed a guy in a spaceship.
Not even. It was a guy in a space suit in a spaceship. We didn't even get to see their face.
Yeah,
And a gun. We saw a gun and a sandwich.
You gave me a release date. Cool. I know nothing about the game yet.
Didn't see gameplay. Didn't see even know like what's gonna be different between this and say Elder Scrolls or anything. They just showed
What's
me
the game
three-
even about?
Yes.
Yeah, like
We
It's-
don't know.
It's Skyrim.
How
in
can it
space is
be-
what Todd Howard
How
said.
can it be this hyped up if we don't know anything about it?
Yeah, I don't necessarily trust them necessarily. I was gonna say that word so many times. I don't trust them with sci-fi
Yeah.
in their typical
funny.
like open world format because of what they did with Fallout 3 and
Yeah.
4. Like
Yeah.
They were okay. They weren't amazing, and then Obsidian blew them out of the water with New
Yeah.
Vegas, with like, oh, here's what Fallout could be and used to be, sort of in storytelling, in moral gray areas, in actual like choices that matter and stuff, versus what you've done with these two games. So
The
We'll
trailer's
see.
over, and you guys, only two of us got to talk. There you go. That's just
Yeah.
like it was a 1 minute and 30-second trailer that showed a guy in a spaceship, and that's it. So it's one of those.
coming out next November.
Yeah,
if anybody were to say, "Man, I'm excited for Starfield," they would be lying.
Yeah, like 25 years in the making, like, and we know nothing.
Yeah.
and it comes out in November.
It's funny. Nintendo did the same thing today, kind of, but I cared.
Yeah, exactly. Because that's
'Cause
an
they
already
showed-
established
'cause they showed
franchise
And they showed gameplay.
that we've been waiting for. And
Yeah.
they showed gameplay.
Yeah,
Th-
and it
this-
rocks. And we'll
sa-
get to
saying
that,
this
and we're gonna
is
talk about Phil Hunt.
gameplay is
And
just a
they-
slap in our
They
face.
they told us what the story was. It's the culmination of the rest of the franchise before it.
Yeah, and it's yes, we'll get to it. We
Yeah.
will talk more specifically
Yeah.
about it. I'm very excited to.
We'll go to Zelda later.
Starfield.
Let's just flush
Starfield
this
total
toilet and
flop.
get
Let's
through this
be a
Xbox
little
show.
bit more mindful of like the speed at which we're going, though, because like
Yeah.
we're gonna get caught in rabbit holes very soon.
All right,
I
final
don't
thoughts
want
on
this to be a
Starfield.
9-hour
That's
show.
total flop.
I'm hungry.
Total
Um,
flop. You're eating chicken wings. Eat your dang chicken wings.
I'm not eating. I don't want to eat right now. I want to talk gaming.
All right, my final thoughts on Starfield is show me gameplay. We'll reassess there, Todd.
Yeah.
Cool.
right. What else?
Moving on. Oh, unless anybody else had anything else, Starfield. What?
I don't have anything more to add because the game had nothing else to show me.
Cool. Bum 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 bum.
Are we talking Halo now?
Yeah, yeah.
Why-
Okay,
we're
Halo
skipping
Infinite.
Sea of Thieves?
It's
I'm
out.
going
Okay.
down the list. I'm going down the list here, dude. Bum, 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 bum,
Sea
Yeah,
of Thieves
what-
was the
we're
next thing
just
talked
going-
about.
Yeah, you skipped
Yeah.
so far down the list.
I didn't.
Yeah.
No, I didn't. I
Yes,
went
you
to number
did. Sea of
2.
Thieves
Xbox
was the
did
next
Halo,
thing canonically. in
Starfield,
this.
then Halo, then Sea of Thieves.
No,
That's
Sea of Thieves came
on-
before the event.
On the spread-sheet is what he's talking about.
Oh, you want me to
there's
go
on-
Sea of Thieves? I'll go Sea of
he's
Thieves.
on our
I'll talk
document.
about my favorite thing of E3.
Yeah.
I'll talk.
Yeah. Sea of
All right.
Thieves.
Sea of
Let's
Thieves.
talk about it.
Now, this game has been out for, what, 3 years now? I think it's almost 4 years old, Sea of Thieves. Rare made it.
Yeah.
And I cannot believe I'm saying this, but by far, one of the, if not, up there in the top 3 trailers of this E3, in my opinion.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
It
Looks
wa-
great.
It was great. I was actually literally, as this game was happening, I'm like, I like Sea of Thieves, but like I feel like it tries too hard to be like a knockoff of like Pirates of the Caribbean, and like like that is what kind of makes it lame. The minute I finished saying that, all of a sudden, like I was streaming with Mike and my friend Tone Stallone 1, love him to death, hope he's doing well. We saw the dog and we were like, no way. And then all of a sudden Jack Sparrow's there, and we collectively lost our marbles. It's a lot of cool, great trailer. Definitely into it. The one thing that I would have changed, and again, I get it, DMCA, whatever, but still, come on. You all know we wanted to hear the.
It was there. It was there. What are you talking about? The battle music was there. The battle music was
No,
there.
it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
No, it was
Nope.
No, it was like
stopped. This
it wasn't
Might
like
have
the
been
main
watching a
into
different
shadow.
stream.
I'm playing it right now.
I was watching
I'm
Twitch
playing-
gaming.
Oh, yeah, then
Oh,
you
yeah.
missed it. You missed it if you were watching Twitch Gaming, dude.
No, I went back and watched it again, and it still wasn't there. It was like not the same music. It was like
So I think
It-
what they did was they took music from the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise and then of course reorchestrated it for the thing, so then people wouldn't get DMCA'd.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where they have the bum
no, but like
bum,
even
bum,
in the
bum, you
main
know.
Sea of Thieves trailer, I'm like 90% sure they like mixed it with like their music, which is like that's not what I want.
No, they
just give me the
remade it.
main Disney thing.
They
Disney
remade
nailed
the
it. You
main
guys
music.
kind of like just suck.
I thought it was great. I don't want to get DMCA'd every time I play Sea of Thieves. So them remaking what I liked, I actually called them like I congratulated them on the music. The only thing I had a problem with was it was Davy Jones's voice, which is really nitpicky, which I think is a great
Yeah.
thing to to be nitpicking about. Everything else,
Yep.
I am so excited to play this game. I am so excited to get back into Sea of Thieves and play something that I love as a Pirates of the Caribbean fan myself.
Yeah.
I'm immensely excited about it. I am
Full on story based content for Sea
Yeah.
of Thieves is exactly what it's been missing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm excited.
I think so. I
I'm
played
pumped.
it. TB's played it. Scoot, have you played Sea of Thieves?
Yes.
Okay, Doug, have you played Sea? So you haven't. So how
I've
does
never played it.
does
Oh,
this
it's
make you
great.
interested at all?
I'm probably not like, but I don't have like a group of friends that I regularly game with, so
I'm
I
playing
feel
the
like
sad
Play
music.
with the
That's-
boys.
that's
I'm playing
true.
the saddest
We have
music
four
right
of us
now.
right here.
Let's go.
We could do something like that, but yeah, I mean, like I feel like that game will like really benefits like having never looked at it or played it. I feel like that's like the one where you need like a dedicated group. You're
Yeah,
a pirate
it's
crew. You're
true.
running around having a great
Yeah.
time. Like
Yeah.
we did that in Destiny for a while, TV, and it was great.
Yep.
And like I don't have that presently, and I feel like that's if I had that, then we'd be like, what do we play now? And then boom,
Yeah.
pirates.
No, I am immensely excited. I'm really interested to see how they're going to do it. It was a mind-blowing they can say it's a mind-blowing thing because I never expected it. I knew that Sea of Thieves is a great game and I love Pirates of the Caribbean, but never in a million years did I think that they would get Disney's approval to put Jack Sparrow and like a full story in the game.
And you know what's best about it? Free update
Yep.
coming next week.
Free.
Yeah, that's cool.
You don't even have to pay.
Free.
Free.
Well, okay.
Jack
Couple
Sparrow is
things.
free.
Like it's mind blowing and it's exciting because it wasn't leaked miraculously, but the art style, in my opinion, I've always thought Sea of Thieves kind of looked like Disney Infinity. I actually made that joke when I played it on stream.
Lol.
I don't think it's the biggest stretch for Disney.
Yeah.
And they've always done free DLC. That was like
Yeah.
their main thing. Like that was a huge thing for them.
But
the DLC
like,
is always free.
depending on how long the campaign is, this could have been its own game.
They could have just
Is the thing.
slapped $60 on it and made it the Disney Pirates of the Caribbean Sea of Thieves expansion,
I do.
Yeah.
I do think we're looking at like a very short story.
It's probably true.
Well,
Yeah,
the
in general,
nice thing
like,
about
the
Sea of
tree
Thieves,
is
and
really
I'm going to
appealing,
assume here, I'm going to assume that either they're going to split it up and it's going to be, as Steve says in the chat, about 15 hours worth of content that you can do over the course of multiple, days, or it's going to be like an 8-hour campaign that you can power through in one sitting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that seems more likely. 15 to 20 might be optimistic.
Yeah, I think
But-
it will be no longer than Bowser's Fury.
Well, I mean,
There-
he has this
there
context.
might-
I don't know about these tall tales or anything.
Yeah, there might be like repeatable side missions for the multiplayer or whatever, that you can just do over and over to gain a reputation. So,
Yeah, it also
I don't-
depends if you're a gamer. That's true.
Yeah.
If you're a big gamer, it might take you a little less time.
Sure. Cool. So everybody, I don't think there's anybody that's not excited about Sea of Thieves.
I like it.
Doug, are you interested in playing Sea of Thieves just because of this? No. Yes.
No, but I mean, if I had a group of friends, like I game like regularly with my brothers, but we play Monster Hunter and Warframe right now. So if we ever
Yeah.
are looking for something, I can always propose this and maybe we'll jump on it. But
Sure.
it's not on my radar right now.
All right.
Great. Okay, now do I get to go bum?
Yeah.
Sure.
Bum,
Yeah.
Just do it. Halo. Okay,
Yep.
Halo, please.
Okay, take over. You guys like Halo more than me.
I'll say
Halo
this.
Infinite,
It looks
again.
a lot better than the last time we saw it.
Yes.
Yes, I agree.
I'll probably
I
pick it up.
think
Free
I,
multiplayer.
oh yeah.
Does that appeal to
Free
you?
multiplayer.
Yep.
I don't
Free-
think it just
Multiplayer.
I don't think it just appeals to like people that are gonna buy the campaign. I think it applies to like a ton of gamers because there are a lot of people that I know that never cared about the Halo storyline ever and only ever liked the multiplayer. So the fact that they don't need to spend $60 is
Mhm.
hype for them.
Yeah, they're
I,
just,
See,
I'm
like,
I'm
double dipping
assuming
here.
we're gonna go the battle pass system for like armor and
So-
like skins.
Scoot,
cosmetic.
Uh,
I think it was.
See, I
What up?
used to care a lot about the campaign, the story mode of Halo,
Yeah.
but ever since 343 took it over from
Mhm.
Bungie, I haven't really connected with the story anymore. Like
I
Halo
like-
4 was meh. and and then I just looked at Halo 5 and was like, no. But this
Halo
one, I'm
5
like,
is just disgusting. Honestly,
this one, I'm like, looks kind of neat.
the multiplayer, honestly, like it looks like Halo's fun again, because I think the main
It
thing
looks crazy.
of Halo 5 was like the multiplayer just like wasn't fun. They made it more muted, more less crazy and hectic as
They
Call of
tried to
Duty,
make
'cause
it
they
more
tried
on
to make
like
Call
the
of Duty,
competitive
in my
side.
opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
But that's
something-
never what Halo's about.
The
And it looks
first
like we're
thing-
finding Halo again.
The first thing I said when I saw the multiplayer was, "Oh, so this is why they bought Bethesda. They wanted the Quake team to make the multiplayer." Because it
True.
literally
Yeah.
looks like Quake. It looks so much fun, fast-paced, but has that Halo aspect that kind of
I
reminds
think
me
it
of...
just looks like Halo 3.
Yeah,
Well,
it looks like Halo again.
So the only Halo multiplayer and the only Halo game I ever really loved and played was Reach, and that's the first thing that I grabbed from it.
I think that
was the
horrifying that you
last-
said that aloud.
that was the last good Halo. So,
That's just how it
in
is.
my opinion.
So I was really excited. Something that Techno has told me is that apparently the way that they're monetizing this free multiplayer is that you are allowed to purchase battle passes, and the way it works is it costs like $10 and they never expire. So the way it works is that you can go back and literally purchase every battle pass ever released, and they're just going to keep releasing them consistently. So the idea is that no matter what, you're never going to not be able to unlock new fun things if you pay for the battle pass. And then, yeah.
And I think that's how Master Chief Collection worked too.
I liked it. I liked that a lot.
I think that's actually like probably the best cash-in that I've ever heard of.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a great thing as somebody who's played battle passes on like Dead by Daylight or played battle passes on Fortnite. I despise the timed aspect of it where it's if I don't make it to the max level, I don't get Baby Yoda in Fortnite, or I don't make it to the max level in Dead by Daylight, it goes away forever and I spent $10 on nothing, you know? So it's I like that idea of allowing me to purchase a battle pass and it stays with me forever, no matter what my pace is with the game. And if I miss a battle pass that has some really awesome armor or really awesome cosmetic, and it's a year later, I can still go back and buy it.
Yeah.
No, it's hype. It's great.
Yeah, it's nice to not feel like you're being exploited to like, this thing is around for a week only, so you have to play the game this week. Like, that sucks. So
you have to play the game for 900 hours in order to unlock Baby Yoda as a backpack in Fortnite.
Yeah. It's nice not to time like
Warzone has a big problem with that right now, as one of the operator skins that came out in Modern Warfare Warzone before Cold War came out is like objectively better than every other one because it's hard to see when you're playing the game.
Oh, is this the girl in the latex?
Yes.
I hate her.
Yep.
I hope she dies.
Like the Rose skin is basically an unfair advantage, and you can't get her anymore. And so that's a problem plaguing that game. So I'm good that gaming has found a way to solve things like that.
Halo found a way to solve a thing like that, which is really neat. So moving a little bit forward here, Halo Infinite instant buy, TB. Will you wait? Do you even have an Xbox, whatever, or are you gonna buy it on PC?
Doesn't matter. It's on Windows.
I'll buy it on
It's on
PC.
Windows. So instant buy.
Yeah.
And it's crossplay too, so who cares?
Scoot, instant buy for campaign.
Yes, both. Like yeah.
Doug.
Yeah, I don't know how the campaign will be, but
it's rare that I buy games sort of day one, so this one
But
doesn't check the
free
boxes.
multiplayer.
Yeah, that's me.
I don't
Hi.
care
My
about
name
multiplayer.
is Jyggy. I don't give two toots about Cortana or whoever fake Cortana is. I just want to play the multiplayer in here, dominating. Yep. That's what I want to hear.
Yeah, I think I'm too old for multiplayer.
Killtacular.
Splatter spree.
I want to play that. Ayo hot make. Okay, moving forward here. Forza Horizons. Now, Forza Horizons was another major pop off for me, but not because I was really excited about the game, but
Because you got a clip out of it.
I got
Made
a
you
funny
feel
clip
smart.
out of it. Thinking that because they didn't have this logo on top of the trailer that said Forza Horizons, and they just show off this beautiful landscape with like this crazy desert landscape, and then they show I'm gonna pull it up on the stream here. If you're an audio listener, you guys should definitely come by. They show this one scene. Now mindful, they did not have this logo here. It just was this one scene of a road, and I start talking. I'm like, it's gonna be a car game. It's gonna be a car game. There's no way that it's anything crazy. It's gonna be a car game. Memeing, thinking, oh yeah, this is probably something, and it's a freaking car game.
You know, I'm gonna be honest, Jyggy. I'm already as bored as I was when they were talking about Forza Horizon 5.
Yep.
Yeah, let's move
The
on.
minute it was
Your
introduced.
your clip was the best thing to come out of that trailer, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
It's beautiful. It's probably the most realistic and like fantastic car game ever.
I get
Not
there's a
me.
market for this. I know my roommate is gonna be hype about
Yeah.
this game, but
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
care about this game. I don't.
Luke, we get him back on the podcast, he'll talk about it.
Yep.
True.
Bring
We
Luke-
get we ever
Luke
let
on.
we ever
Save that
let
one for
techno
Luke.
have a voice, it'll be great.
Yeah.
But no, I'm not spending a damn dollar on this game
No.
because it's on Game Pass, you idiot. But I'm also not spending a damn ounce of gigabyte on
Yeah.
this damn video game.
Won't play it,
So-
don't care.
Yeah, I'm just
If I wanted to
I-
feel like I'm driving a car, I'd go drive a car.
I
But not a multi-million-dollar car TV in Mexico.
Whoa.
I get that this game is for some people, not for me. Let's talk about Redfall.
I'm cool with that.
I am excited for Redfall.
Hype.
The trailer looked cool.
Red.
It looks like a really cool game.
Open world.
New Bethesda IP.
Co-op.
I think it
Yep.
lingered. That's my
That's
thing. Is
pretty cool.
I think it lingered. I'm
I don't think it lingered.
I like
I
the
think it just-
characters.
Yeah.
They're all four like very memorable from what little we've seen of them. Very
I'm hoping-
unique.
Yes, something I always wanted from like Left 4 Dead was like I wanted the different characters to have like different sort of functionality.
Yes.
And they were all exactly the same, just like different model. I think this could deliver on that. Like some other
Yeah.
games have done that have done like the format of co-op and like you can be different roles and whatever. And I think this absolutely is doing that because people are wielding different weapons, people are doing different stuff. So it could be very cool.
They have different superpowers and
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I think
So,
I,
But
I-
not in a very low utility way as in like Borderlands.
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
feel like there are going to be situations where you need this character for different things, whether that's like
Yeah.
in-game secrets or
Mhm.
just
Yeah.
random things.
Yeah, I love that kind of
I
agency.
agree. These powers seem more like you need these rather than the Borderlands. Oh, I'm close to dying. Better use this so I don't die.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
oh, this
Uh,
character can go invisible, I guess. something.
Yeah. I think I
This
think the
chick
trailer was
has
well cut.
a magic elevator
Yeah.
flying
Yeah.
powers.
Could be exciting. Would love to.
I think it was well animated, but
play with the boys.
I needed to see some gameplay. I was saying this earlier, to get me really excited now,
Mm-hmm.
if for like anything, I need some gameplay. And I got no
True.
gameplay. Got a little
Yeah.
hurt.
Well,
And-
speaking of Left 4 Dead, here's Back for Blood.
Yes.
For blood. Yeah. Back
I'm
for
excited
blood.
for that too.
I am very excited about it.
I don't care.
I'm definitely
Aw.
excited to do some Back for Blood. And I think that it's gonna
Yeah.
be a great game here. But Redfall, last little thoughts here. What do you guys feel you need in order to make that decision whether you're gonna buy it or not? Besides gameplay.
Gameplay.
Okay, I said besides gameplay because I know we all want gameplay.
There's nothing else.
I'm already at like a 70 to 80%. Like I'll probably buy it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But gameplay will be like that ultimate determining factor.
They
Yeah.
showed everything really well.
Yep.
We just need the gameplay.
Yeah, it has piqued my interest.
Mm-hmm. It has
Cool.
our attention.
Cool.
Yep.
All right. Is there anything else from Xbox that we want to chat on?
Honorable
No.
mention: Psychonauts 2.
Yes.
Yes.
Psychonauts 2 is the long-awaited since they wouldn't give us our Beyond Good and Evil 2. Let's at least ruminate on Psychonauts 2 a little bit. Long-awaited sequel to beloved franchise.
Yep.
It should be cool. That's all I got. I'm excited for that. I want to play it very badly.
I'm glad they're bringing Diablo 2 Resurrected to Xbox, because that game's never been on a console, so a lot of console players have never got the chance to play that masterpiece of a game.
Yeah. I'm interested. I'm 100% want Psychonauts is absolutely amazing, and I'm really excited for the sequel.
I don't care about Psychonauts.
That's fair.
That's fair.
That's completely fair. Okay, moving on to Square Enix. Scootish is just he's already ready. He's perking up. He's ready to go. He's rubbing them hands for all you audio listeners.
Here we are.
And
Here we are.
Why don't we
They show
start
4
with,
games.
well,
Did
why don't we
check
start
off-
with
There
the
it is. Okay.
why don't we start off with the thing that took up 28 minutes of their 40-minute segment, which is Guardians of the Galaxy.
Awesome.
Looks sick. Honestly,
Amazing.
it looks great.
I don't care.
Wrong
But-
opinion.
I have very high hopes going off of their first attempt
okay.
at Marvel. I really
May,
am
may
excited
I
about
say, different. This is a different studio.
This. Yes,
Yeah.
and that's fine. It doesn't matter. I'm just saying that.
I think personally, they had to spend. I needed that time on it. I know it was like half of it, and I get it, but like judging by how abysmal Avengers was
Yeah.
and is still to this day, but I actually think
Yeah.
it might change.
They,
With
they
the War
had
for
to
Wakanda.
show off that this game's better than Avengers.
They had
Yeah.
to show that this game not only was different, but like how it's different. They needed to do a lot, and they
Mhm.
did. So Guardians, I think the idea of only playing as Quill and like you getting to like call the shots, amazing.
It
Amazing.
scared
So
me at
interesting,
first.
so
It
much
scared
fun.
me.
Excellent.
It scared me, and then I saw gameplay, and I was like, I'm sold. I'm sold.
Exactly.
The moment they showed
So I think
gameplay,
we needed that.
I'm sold.
I really think I needed that time on the game personally. And you know, actually, more to just keep in line with Marvel, the Marvel's Avengers expansion pass, Black Panther: War for Wakanda, it actually looks like it might fix a lot of issues that a lot of people have had.
I probably
with
won't
Avengers.
play it.
I will not
You
play it.
lost
It's a little
me.
too late.
Yeah.
Same
Yep.
thing with, but like you know, I say the same thing about No Man's Sky. They lost me, but apparently they fixed it, and it's pretty good now.
Yeah.
But it looks like they have recognized the issue and they're doing everything they can to fix the issue. I don't know if it will work, but they're trying.
I
I'm
give
just
them
powering
credit.
through.
And this is, I mean, we can, we're talking a little bit about Guardians, but we're also going to talk a little bit about
Okay.
Avengers because they did mention it. I give them credit for putting so much effort into a game that has an average average player base of 600 per day. Okay, that is when I was watching it,
Yeah.
there was the full on maximum number
Well-
of players that played that day was 600 people.
Well,
across the world.
it's more they have to,
Yeah.
you know.
So I give
Yeah,
them
but-
credit for that, but man, does this game, Guardians of the Galaxy,
All
look way better?
all this stuff looks really good.
Yeah.
It looks really good.
Yeah.
And yes,
Going a little off what you said you needed that time with the game. By
I did.
15 minutes in, not even by like 10 minutes in, I was like, all right, you already sold me. Now move on to the next game. That was my big thing. I don't know what TB
they
or
didn't
Doug.
tell me honestly.
No.
Well, that's why it was 28 minutes long, was to, I think, get all the people they could on board.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I'm a big comic book guy. Like that's a thing that like I keep to myself. I don't really like broadcast it online, but I'm a big comic book guy. I have a lot of comic books. I read a lot of comic books. I love them. So to know and see where they're getting inspiration for everything in a comic book game means a lot to me because now I can't trust original storylines as much because of Marvel's Avengers. Now I know like Spider-Man came out after Avengers and or Spider-Man Miles Morales did it anyway. I trust Insomnia because they've shown me
there are
they
4
can do the
people
original
playing
story.
Avengers right now.
There are only
I'm sorry,
4
what?
people playing Avengers right now on Steam.
right.
4.
Like
4.
Avengers
Wow.
is tough.
It seems
my
Can you even play the game? You can't even play the game, dude.
It's
It's like you need like a team of like 5, don't you?
no.
For Avengers? What do they
No.
use AI?
Yeah.
God.
I played the game
Yikes.
solo.
I played the game and I absolutely loved the story missions when they were good, but it's one of those things.
Oh,
where
I
they
hated the story.
Yeah.
I hated the story.
I
That
like
was my
Bruce
huge
Banner.
problem.
I thought they did a good job
Terrible.
with Bruce Banner.
They did a good job with Bruce Banner. They did a great job until they introduced Tony Stark, and when they introduced Tony Stark is when the story kind of like took less of a focus on single player, and that's when the tragedy struck.
Yeah. Sure.
So Avengers, I needed that time to get on board with Guardians. I'm glad they took it because I'm totally on board. Because
Yep.
I wasn't every minute I thought they used effectively, and I was like, okay, I see it, I get it, I like it, I'm on board, I want this game.
Yep.
Sure.
They showed a level of the game, and it looked great. The character interactions are great, exactly what you expect from the source material. Like, looks amazing.
The fact that they show, yeah. Sorry, TB, I don't mean to.
I think we don't need to drag on about it.
No, we don't.
No, we don't. But I'm going to buy this game, 100%.
Yeah, me too.
We can drag on about it when we get to Nintendo and talk about the cloud version.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Scootish, Final Fantasy.
There's
So I'm looking at the list that we came up with here. Crazy.
This
Crazy
is the
that
lowest.
this is the list, but
This is
let's
the
go.
lowest score we got on Bingo was Square Enix. We got
Square, yeah.
they
we got
announced 3
destroyed.
things. They announced 3 things, but
this.
also
I'm
the
excited
Pixel
for this.
remaster. The Pixel remaster. I just want to say that's technically 6 games because they're remastering every game.
Yeah.
So when I first saw the trailer, I was extremely nervous because I was like, they're not showing any gameplay. Like, what if it looks poo poo stinky like the Steam versions of Final Fantasy 5 and 6? But then I realized, no, you stupid stinky ugly boy. They are showing you the gameplay. The gameplay in that montage, that is all the Pixel remaster, and it looks gorgeous. It looks
Shot for shot,
beautiful.
exactly the same. It's beautiful.
It looks so good. The pixel art is just incredible.
Mhm.
I'm so excited. I love pixel art. Big excited for the compilation that we're getting. I know it doesn't say it on there, but I have a little hunch we might get them on a Nintendo Switch as well, which I am very excited for.
That
There's
would
a
be
chance.
Ideal.
I'm
yeah,
gonna
that would be
download
kinda
it on my mobile phone. I think
I
that's
mean, I
my.
might as well.
I mean, it's kind of nuts that the Final Fantasy 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 all on, all of them on your Switch or on
That's awesome.
Steam or
Mhm.
whatever. That's
The
a lot
latter
of content.
3,
That's exactly
the
what I
latter
wanted.
3 are, in my opinion, considered some of the best Final Fantasy games.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm excited for this. As somebody who has not really played. Again, I've never played a Final Fantasy game, and I don't know anything about them. But I've heard very good things about 2 and very good things about 5. So I'm interested to know attempt. Oh, Doug's giving me eyeballs.
All right.
What am I hearing?
I'm very surprised that you heard good things about 2. 2 is a very strange entry in the series.
Yeah.
Two's not good.
Really?
It's all right.
Maybe you're thinking 5 and 6. I
No,
don't know.
Yeah.
wait.
4 and
Isn't
5 and 6 are
Final-
very good. As good as
Wait. I think I know what's happening here.
2 and 4.
No,
The-
yeah. So Final Fantasy
Yeah.
2 in America originally was actually Final Fantasy 4.
That explains
Yep.
game's
That
fantastic.
True.
explains it.
Final
True.
Fantasy 2 is
Yeah.
Final
Yep.
Fantasy 4.
That
the Super
then
Nintendo.
that
Final
yes,
Fantasy
you
3 is
explain.
Switch.
Yes, that explains it for me. Okay.
Yes. Final
Yeah.
Fantasy 4 is incredible, amazing.
Yeah, 4 is
Uh,
very good.
That explains it.
Listen, it's not on our list. I just want to
Yeah.
take a moment and talk about it now, so we don't have to talk about it during Nintendo. Life is Strange
Oh, looks amazing.
looks
What?
so good.
Yes.
Wait, the new one? You're talking about the new one, right?
Yes.
Okay, I agree with
Yep.
you.
Yeah,
I agree with you.
and the remastered.
The
both of
remaster
them.
looks like they took the Sims
Remastered-
engine from E3 EA.
It's just a remaster. It's the same game. It looks a little bit better.
So
It's
needs
an
that-
amazing
it-
game. It's
it
an
needs
amazing
that
game. It
facelift.
holds up.
Let me tell you, it needs the facelift. Go back
Yeah.
and try to play it. It needs that
Yeah.
even little
Yeah.
small facelift. It
Okay.
needs
The
it.
the new
Okay.
game. The new game.
Yeah. The new
looks
one the
amazing.
new one looks amazing. It's not on our list. We should have put it on there, but we didn't.
Yeah.
All right.
And
Life
then
is Strange. We put it
right
on our
here,
list.
I think we'll
Our-
skip we'll skip oh, never mind. Hold on. I'll play it. Just here's a
Okay, so now we just have to talk about it as if
Yeah.
we didn't.
no. We're not redoing it, but like I don't know. I'm interested. I'm very
Okay,
interested in it.
wait. This was actually the funniest part of the presentation, though, because like she's saying, like, I wrote the music over an entirely muted
Yeah,
trailer.
yeah.
And I'm like, how
No.
shitty is it if you're
Yeah.
saying I wrote this amazing music and then like you're legally
allowed
not
to show
allowed
it.
to show the music?
Oh, on your
That's
stream.
so
on
funny.
your I think I watched it on Twitch Gaming too, but yeah, it was really ironic that
Right. It's just really funny.
yeah.
It's gonna be a great show or a great game. It's like a TV show, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, and then the last one I have
All
here, I
right.
say we skip we skip the one underneath this one, but let's go with Final Fantasy
We already
Organ.
talked about it.
Yeah, we already talked about that one. Final
Dark
Fantasy
Souls.
Organ. Strangers Past.
It's their Souls game, right?
Stranger
of
of Paradise.
Oh, Stranger.
No, it's not. It's not Dark Souls. I thought it was Dynasty Warriors. Was it not? It's Koei Tecmo, right?
What?
Team Ninja, Final Fantasy Souls-like, based on the series first 1987.
Oh, is it a
adventure?
Souls like? Oh, is it Souls like? Okay.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
The gameplay
Oh, it's
looks
like
really
Ninja
good.
Gaiden and Neo.
The
It's Ninja
gameplay
Gaiden and
looks-
Neo developer. Okay.
The
all
gameplay
right.
looks decent. The story just looks awful.
Yeah, I fell
Well,
asleep.
Metroid Other M.
Well,
Yeah,
Team
that's
Ninja
what I
I
was saying.
will-
When I hear of Team Ninja,
Good
I think of
gameplay,
Metroid
bad
Other M.
story.
Mike
Yeah.
called me, or I called Mike maybe on my way home, saying like, "Dude, I'm like rushing home. The demo's out. Like,
Is
I'm
it?
like, I'm rushing home. I'm going to play this. Like, I'm really excited.
Fun,
Like,
I'm-
let's go.
PS4.
I haven't played it yet. I'm so excited. I think this game is gonna be fantastic. I think the story. I think Final Fantasy has always had a tough time selling the story in like this amount of like
I have
Time
to kill
frame.
chaos.
I want to kill chaos.
Are you chaos? I'm here to kill
but-
you, chaos. Chaos,
Go-
let me kill you.
I'll tell you, what,
I'm
Garland
chaos.
looks amazing.
But yeah,
Looks
the gameplay looks
fun.
really fun. You know, it's got
Yeah.
this crazy vibe to it. Definitely interested. Definitely.
Day one buy
Yeah.
for me, honestly.
Yeah. Well, it's a
Yeah,
Final Fan-
he
you're
like he
obligated,
has the
dude.
power to like turn people into crystals and weird stuff. It looks kind of cool.
Yeah.
It looks good. I'm
I'll
on
probably
board.
pick it up on sale sometime if I can get it.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
The
I like this style of game.
Yeah. The gameplay makes me very happy. It really does.
I do like the aesthetic. I like it's very like edgy side of Final Fantasy, which I like.
Yeah, let's all try the demo.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll have to I'll
Yeah,
have to check
I'm
out the
gonna-
demo.
I'm gonna
It's
try
on-
it.
it's not on
I'm really
PC,
excited
is
to play
it?
it. I'm probably gonna play it after we get off today.
Yeah.
Steam?
Is it on
Yeah,
Steam or is it
it's
on
on PS5 exclusive
Oh,
demo.
so all right, Doug,
well,
we
then
can't
I
play
will
it.
not be
No.
getting it.
Yep, can't play it. But
I don't have
anyway,
a fancy box.
I mean, I just happen to have one. I guess I'll play it.
Lucky
I
you.
happen to have one too. I might give it
Oh.
a shot.
Oh, we're bad. Both of us are bad.
Oh, we're so
You're
bad.
naughty.
all right.
We're so
should we-
naughty.
should
We're
we-
so naughty.
Should we move
Dude,
on to
dude,
the big boy?
I'll DM you. I have an idea, dude.
Yeah.
I'll DM you. We'll talk.
All right. All right.
Should we move on to the big guy? Today's
The
heavy
big
hitter.
guy. Let's do it.
Today's
the
a big boy.
The big one, the one that myself and TB watched with no commentary or no audio. You can and a blurred image. You can watch it on my channel. It's probably
miserable.
a weird out of context VOD to look at. But tell me,
Honestly, you should really save that VOD, in my opinion, because like, hopefully this will be a thing that's like lost to time, and like we can all come together and agree this is a bad idea for content, and we'll all like look back at this E3 and like be like, what a weird E3.
what happened?
But like, if you can save this relic, I think that'd be really cool, because I don't know a lot of people that'll like save the here's my live stream just completely muted and the image is blurred.
Techno
Yeah.
has it. Techno has it. So it's going
Okay,
back-
I think it'll just be cool to have.
Yeah. So here's my question for you all before we get into while I pull up trailers, because you know that's what I'm doing. Tell me, what did you guys think of today's event? Were you satisfied with that? Again, let's not dive into games. Let's talk about, were you satisfied, and what did you think of the structure?
You know, honestly, I gotta be honest. A thing that really killed my vibe was Nintendo's handling of tweets and assuring people if it was okay to stream it, and like it honestly killed my enjoyment for the direct today a little bit. I got out of it like immediately when Kazuya was announced, but it did like really put me like in a sour mood.
Yeah.
Like, I think I do believe I owe my moderator Grimhane an apology, because I think I opted to stream it in the Discord while I recorded, but I believe I cussed him out, and that's disgusting. That's not who I am. I don't like that. But it upset me so much, because I like had so much uncertainty about what was allowed and what wasn't allowed for me to do. And I know we talked about this already, but like, that is Nintendo's fault, because they did tweet it, and everyone's gonna look at Nintendo Japan as like, this is actual Nintendo, because like,
Yes.
Nintendo Japan is actual Nintendo.
Well, Nintendo America
Like-
didn't say anything either, nor did PR
Right.
representatives. As somebody who did email
Right.
multiple PR representatives today who I've in contact with and did not receive anything, probably because they weren't allowed to. That was or
Right.
they got a million other emails. I
So,
just got sucked into the
That,
void
like,
because I'm just Jyggy.
that's my huge anger and upset from the Nintendo Direct. But it was a pretty good Direct. Some good things did come out, so
Yeah.
I don't want to say like it's like was bad.
No,
You know, so,
I
yeah.
thought it was a very, it was obviously very like it was a good direct. That I think it's the best direct we have seen in about 2 years. I think it's the best direct we've seen in 2 years. I'm trying to remember.
So you're comparing that against like 2 other directs.
Yes, but I'm just saying. I feel like it's
Still valid.
it's definitely the best direct we've seen since 2019, and I think that there was a perfect amount of, hey, they paid to be in the direct, and then also here's the game you really are excited about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I
Big
think the
hits,
first
yeah.
thing that we should, Doug, what did you think that structure wise?
I liked it. I liked it a lot. Like, this is the only one I watched actually the whole way through. And
Okay.
And there was, I mean, yeah, as you said, there were definitely some sort of like who cares moments, but I think probably an 80% hit rate for me for things that I kind of care about,
Yeah.
Yeah.
at least a little bit.
TB, you watched it with me. You know,
Yep. I thought it was pretty good.
cool. All right, so
Pretty
why don't we
decent.
jump right into it, because we might be here for a little bit, but let's talk about Tekken coming to Super Smash Brothers.
Very funny reveal.
Cool. Yeah,
Very
I like
funny.
it.
Great reveal, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
the lead
dumping
in,
people off
carrying
the
around
cliff.
Ganondorf. I was like, is this it? Is this the one? Is this Breath of the Wild 2? No,
Yeah.
it's he's just being thrown into a volcano by Kazuya. That was very funny.
Yeah.
It was a great way to open up that I was sitting there verbally laughing. But I don't know this character. Tekken is not my thing. I'm not a fighting game person. TB said it really great on my show today. He says that, well, you can just say it, TB. You're here.
It is cool and fun that they are including more and more characters from other aspects of the fighting game community. I feel like as for the like mainstream fighting game community, we need like Scorpion from Mortal Kombat, and then like it's like the perfected crossover into Smash, like of a good representation of the fighting game community at large.
Yeah, they've already got Street Fighter and Fatal Fury. Like you could maybe throw in King of Fighters or Guilty Gear or like maybe a couple others, but like
or
it's
like
a good mix
Soul
already.
Calibur.
Soul Calibur, yeah. Well, Link's in Soul Calibur. So
yeah, they've already done the crossover the other way for that. So.
Yeah.
And
I just felt
it's
so vindicated when Kazuya killed Ganon 11 for talking bad about Kingdom Hearts. Good job, Kazuya.
It's interesting because it's one of those things where, as somebody who does not play fighting games, my least favorite announcements have always been, oh, look, it's Terry from he looks like Pokemon Trainer. You know, I don't know who Terry is. I don't know who Kyuza is. That being said, I love this reveal. I think it was very creative and fun. But that being said, little part of me, because I'm a dumb Nintendo fan, said, gosh darn it, I can't believe they wasted a slot on this random man. You know, and I'm sure there's a lot of people like that.
You know, I want to say I'm not a fighting game boy either, but I kind of think that's more on like I really do think that's on you as like a gamer, because like Tekken like is very well known. Kazuya has been on the cover of many a box, even featured in Nintendo games. Same with Heihachi. He like they are big names. They are big boys, and I'll agree with you with Terry. I don't care about Terry. I don't care about SNK at all. But I know Kazuya. I loved this trailer. And Ryu's trailer, I remember when that happened. That was amazing. Ken's trailer as well. Mwah. Chef's kiss.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Like, I don't care about Smash. I don't play Smash, but I love the reveals. I think they're fun.
But it's not Waluigi. It's not Waluigi.
Listen.
It's not Waluigi.
We got a question about that later.
Yeah.
Let's focus on the task at hand right now. Let's move on. Let me upset you boys a little bit. Bring you a little Dread. Metroid Dread.
Oh,
Metroid Dread. Let's do it.
It looks
Get into
amazing.
Metroid
great.
5, first off. Metroid 5.
Meaning they are carrying forward a lot of the very irreversible changes that happened to Samus in Metroid 4, Metroid Fusion. So very cool. Very, very cool. The continuity. Like, we were so scared because Metroid 4 changed everything, and we were like, what are we going to do? It's been, 19 years or whatever. Like,
I just figured it was
now.
the end. I figured it was the end. I figured they didn't know what to
do.
Yeah,
I thought it was prequels forever.
Yeah,
Primes all the way.
Yeah, I figured we were not going to get anything because Samus is just absolutely destroyed now. She's fused with her suit. But here we are in the year 2021 getting Metroid 5, a game that has apparently been in development for 15 years. 15 years.
Metroid Dread was originally planned and shown at an E3 for the DS, and they brought it back. They brought back the name Dread. Oh, it's so good. I'm very excited.
Yes. So it was a game that was originally going to be made for the DS, like you said. Then it was going to be made for the Nintendo 3DS, and now here it is on the Nintendo Switch. Made by the same company that made Metroid 2 Samus Returns, and I'm not going to lie to you, it looks beautiful. It looks
It looks,
absolutely
looks really good, yeah.
beautiful.
Samus Returns.
Horrifying,
It's a ton of fun. It looks
but
like they've
beautiful.
added more sort of interaction, more melee stuff. Like she slides around now, like
Yep.
there's momentum. It looks like
Kind of
It's
like
very
a
cool.
survival horror kind of aspect
Yeah.
with the robot that hunts you down.
You know, I've
It's-
never played a Metroid game.
You should. They're great. Yeah,
they're well worth doing. Or Zero
I-
Mission if you like.
Zero Mission is perfect. I am so excited to see this. I'm so excited to kind of the big thing that they said that is that, you know, this game is the this game is the sequel to Metroid Fusion and the big conclusion to, well, a story that has lasted, well, over 25 years now, right? Close to 30 years. If I'm correct. Metroid 1, Metroid 2, Metroid Super
Yeah, almost
Metroid.
35. I think 87 was the first Metroid.
Yeah, so 35 years. Yeah, so 35 years.
Right, 86.
This one story has been happening. No, it doesn't mean we're never going to get more Metroid games. Clearly we are, because they said that we're getting Prime 4. But Metroid 5 here looks absolutely terrifying. And I'm
35
so
years this August. Holy smokes. Yeah,
Yeah,
okay. So this
35
October.
years.
It's coming out in October 8th.
Yeah.
I'm
So
day one. I'm very
I-
excited for this.
Yeah.
I'm immensely excited about this. It's something that when we heard the rumors and all that stuff that there possibly could be a 2D Metroid on the Switch, I never in a million years thought that they would actually do a Fusion sequel. Never.
Never.
Yeah.
Never. Would have been a remake, would have been something. Are you excited for potential amiibo locked features?
Oh,
Though.
we'll see. What was the? I don't know. Doug, did you get to play Metroid Samus Returns?
Yes, there was a super hard mode or something locked
Yeah.
behind the Metroid amiibo, so I never did that.
Yeah, there's like.
But yeah, I
super
played it.
hard
It was
mode.
great. It was a lot of fun. Metroid 2 Samus Returns, or Return of Samus for the Game Boy, is one of my
Oh.
favorites. It's a departure from the series, and so I was glad to see it come back.
Yeah, definitely a game that I am, as somebody, I did about, I think, almost 5 years now, which is terrifying. I think it was like 5 years ago. I played all of the Metroid games on my channel in one summer, and
Yes.
it's something that
That's what-
it really gave me a love for the franchise. It's something that I relate very heavily to our good friend Ganon11, and it's
It's the 4-year anniversary of the announcement of Metroid Prime 4, I think, this summer.
it's
So
crazy.
so that's also when I played through every Metroid was that summer as well.
Yeah. So it's quite interesting. I'm very excited. Day one purchase for me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yep.
No, I really want to buy it.
True.
Great.
Speaking of day one purchases, another big trailer and release date: Shin Megami Tensei 5
Atlas
which
is at it again.
has been hyped up for so long, and I am so ready. They showed off a bunch of gameplay on the treehouse today.
I knew it as well. As soon as it was like you're in Tokyo and this is what everyone looks like, I was like, this is a Mega 10 game.
Yeah.
It's
I
something
love-
I found
it
out
looks so
today. I found out from TB is that Shin Megami Tensei
Yes.
is in the Persona universe. Is the Persona is actually a spin-off. Not many people might know
Yeah.
that. I mean, maybe they are, or maybe I'm just a fool. But that
Until Persona 5, Shin Megami Tensei was in the title of the games.
oh, okay, yeah, and so it's definitely something.
Persona 5 removed it, but it's still part of the same franchise.
Yeah, as somebody who played Persona 5, I recognize the characters and
In Megami
yeah.
Tensei Persona 4, it says right here.
yeah, I
Yeah.
see that.
Sealed.
I see that. So it's definitely something that I recognize a lot of the enemies, and the gameplay looks super fun. I'm sure it's more on your end, but hey, everybody can't complain. Nintendo showed off an anime RPG. You're in there.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Moving on. Super
All right.
Monkey Ball. Coming
Let's
back.
go. I want that.
Very excited for that.
Yeah,
Coming back
Very,
1 and 2.
very
and
cool.
Some other stuff. Should be very cool.
I don't have the
So-
Super Monkey Ball trailer, so we'll just talk about
I'm
it.
sorry. I'm sorry you didn't have the. I'm going down my list here.
Oh yeah, no, I'm
very
going
excited
off
for
of
this.
what
Super Monkey
Techno
Ball
had
is
here.
great.
I am also very excited about Super Monkey Ball. I think it's gonna be absolutely great.
Yep,
Yeah,
Super
probably.
Monkey Ball 1, 2, and Deluxe remastered for the Switch.
Yeah. Yes, which
Love
is
that.
great. Because Super Monkey Ball is one of those games that, in my opinion, is overlooked heavily. Heavily.
And it'll be perfect for the Switch. It'll be so good.
It'll be so good on the
do
Switch.
level, set it down. Oh, come on, it's perfect.
Yeah.
It's
Funny,
so good.
Sega showing off a non-Sonic game at Nintendo. Pretty neat. Not gonna lie. Oh.
Yeah, there it is.
There.
Da, 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 da.
Yeah, 20 years of Super Monkey Ball, which is crazy. And I remember playing it on I think PS2. I want to say I think it was PS2. I played Super Monkey Ball for the first time.
Not the GameCube.
I
Wow.
played it
Oh
on
no, yeah, which is weird,
GameCube.
right?
That is very strange. Yeah, GameCube. Like this was like one of the games that I had on my GameCube and like would bring it over to friends' houses and introduce them to it.
I
great.
rented it from from Family Video several times as a
so
kid.
fun. God.
I never owned it, but I rented it at least 10 times.
Wow.
This was not on our
Dedication.
radar, but boy, I'm so happy to be surprised by this. That's fantastic.
Great. So moving on to another game that I think people forget about a lot, but Advanced Wars. Advanced Wars
That's
1
cool.
and 2. The
Let's
remastered
go.
coming to the Switch. Basically, I think if you count, and this is something Doug might agree with me here, some of Nintendo's most underrated franchises that people don't know anything about, have never played or anything, Advanced Wars I think is one of them. I think it really is.
The Game Boy Advance is chock full of that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
and I struggle to come up with examples. But yeah, like their mobile platforms, their Game Boy Advance and DS, I think has a lot of untapped potential that I'm glad they're at least starting with Advance Wars here.
Yeah.
They're acknowledging.
I really love the way that the animated profile pictures are, and they react when they fight each other. I think that's just this little detail that no way was it on the Game Boy Advance, but you put that on the Switch, man.
And the animation is so smooth when they do their like super moves and stuff. Oh, it looks incredible. Like it looks very good.
It looks great.
Scoot, what do you think of Advance Wars?
I popped off during that, dude. I popped off. I'm like super excited for it. Like that looks amazing. Like let's go.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I'm extremely excited. All right, moving on here to my out there pick that didn't get on our bingo. The thing that I said, you know what, I think is gonna happen, but we just didn't put it on the bingo. I don't think I fought for it enough. Mario Party Superstars, what many people on the internet are calling the DLC that it should have been. In my opinion, it deserves its own game.
I disagree.
Very excited.
I disagrry.
If
I
you
don't.
had fought TB
I don't
about
think it's
Persona
DLC.
4, we would have had a bingo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really don't think it's a DLC. I think this game is like its own new thing, because if you notice, like not only is it like boards from like the original 64 games, but that dice block, that sucker is going back up to 10. Like
That's
mini
super.
games from the old
That's
games.
super.
and it's
Yep.
mini games from the old games too. It
It's
like
just-
truly feels like
it's
a
just-
greatest.
Yeah,
Like a
the
good
old,
greatest
like a
hits.
greatest hits. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like
I feel like this is long overdue. I feel
Yeah.
like
Yes.
bringing back these mini games.
I truly
brilliant.
feel like this is kind of like the shit that, like, for me, I'm all on board. Like, yeah,
100%.
give it to me. Let's go.
I think
Hey,
five
well-
boards. It's 5 boards from the original N64. So it's a 1, 2, and 3, and then over 100 mini games inside the Super Mario Party engine, which is really, really cool. Except everything moves faster. Everything that we didn't like about Super feels fixed in this. That being said, I wish that they would have included Western Land. That's it. That's my only only thing is they didn't include Western Land. What are you doing, Nintendo?
Yeah.
Yeah, Western Land kind of
it's-
got
it is
screwed.
strange
That's
for them not
that's
to
the
go,
only
like-
thing that, like, for me felt like was missing from the from this.
Was one more map
Also,
or what?
what
was missing?
Western Land?
You
Western Land.
you agree with me? Just Western Land.
Yeah.
Was missing. Okay.
Yeah, it feels weird to me that they wouldn't sort of just go all the way and bring back all the boards and all the games, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
I feel like development time plus they want to charge $60 and I don't know.
Yeah, maybe they're waiting for DLC. Maybe they were just
I could
too
see
it.
difficult to
I could
implement.
see it.
Yeah,
or
maybe
something.
they add in other maps and mini games and DLC packs. Who knows?
Mario Party Superstars is coming out on October 29th. Easy buy for
Day
me
one
just because
pickup.
of content. Just because of content. Everything's online.
Online multiplayer.
Yeah.
Day
For-
one
Day
pickup.
one,
for
please.
the
Don't wait
games
3
that
years for
like,
whatever.
like, come on, those are games that there's a reason why Mario Party 2 is like the one that we all take out nowadays. You know, it's I cannot wait for that. I cannot wait.
Yeah,
Right.
and hoping we're in person next, like this winter, and we can play it together. That would be
True.
very cool.
Yeah. But even if we're not, it's online. The entire thing's online.
There'll probably be a segment if there's another digital event.
All right, moving on here. Doug's big boy.
That's right, my big brain
Yes.
pick. Let's
Couldn't
go.
believe it.
WarioWare.
I sat there and I said, we're never going to hear the end of this.
Oh, my Nostradamus moment, my fortune cookie. I can't believe it worked.
I popped off for you, Doug. I won't
Yeah,
lie to
It
you.
looks so good.
I was like, thank God I didn't make only bad decisions.
I didn't like it, but good for you, man.
No?
Yeah,
No, you're not.
I'm excited for it.
Not a WarioWare guy.
Not a WarioWare, or not this particular WarioWare kind of guy. We lose him?
Skootish.
What?
He just looks angry at it.
Sorry, what's up? What
I said,
happened?
are you not a WarioWare fan, or just not this particular WarioWare?
Dude, I completely blanked. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I just never have cared for WarioWare.
Okay.
Honestly.
That's fair.
Yeah, I'm very excited about it. I mean, it's a little weird. I'm worried. My only worried is that it's gonna be a little limiting because it's based on this whole like micro character gimmick that they have going on, where you play as specific characters and then you do specific things. And I'm worried that it's gonna be a little limiting compared to say WarioWare Smooth Moves or WarioWare DIY, which you could do literally anything in.
Yeah, I don't know like how well it'll translate to being like up-res. Like it's definitely sort of a mobile title. I think the GameCube one is not ideal because it's just a straight port of the Game Boy Advance one, and like everything's kind of low poly and kind of goofy looking anyway.
Yeah.
So that might not translate super well, but it's good fun. Like I really liked Gold on the 3DS, and I'm excited for it. Should be cool.
Yeah, and I've always enjoyed the WarioWare characters because they're not like your generic Nintendo characters. They all have this wacky vibe. Ashley and Mike and like all those.
And 9V with all of his retro 8-bit games.
9V.
Like how cool is that?
It's one of those things where it always felt like this was where Wario belonged compared to in the Mario universe, and it was really neat. It's a really neat. I'm excited about it. I'm excited about it. Great. All right, should we move on to the final? Did I miss anything? Anything
there's a couple more. There's a couple more.
Sure.
4 Danganronpa games.
Yes.
All on Switch.
Yeah, the 3 mainline and then a new like
souped up
summer
version of the board
game.
Yeah.
Board game.
That's from 3. Yeah. From
Yeah.
3. So I've only beaten the first one and played a little of the second one. So this would be a great way for me to get back into this series.
The second one is excellent. The third one I never finished, but it was good what I played of it. I'll have to get back into it at some point.
Yeah,
I don't have a full care about Danganronpa, and I never will.
I can't. It's hard for me because in that game, I can't even say it. Danganronpa is more or less kind of in the same boat as Phoenix Wright, where I absolutely love the idea of that visual novel exploration / puzzle solving adventure. But for me, and Scootus is gonna call me my gamer goo brain or whatever the heck you want to call me, but for me, I don't have time to play video games now unless I'm usually live or I have something going on, and I just don't feel like I would be able to stream Danganronpa. I'm sure that there are many people that would argue against that. But
yeah, I would argue against that.
I just don't know if I could
get
into it.
A lot of voice acting is already built in, and there's it's a lot of just viewing a story versus fully participating in it, I think. I don't know.
Yeah. Yucky.
It's just not for you. That's fair.
What else we got?
That's fair. One more thing is that Fatal Frame remake of the Wii U one.
Yeah.
Yucky.
It looks good. It looks really nice.
Again, this is just an unfortunate situation in which this is not for me. I'm a very scaredy cat. I don't like scare. I don't like camera. No, thank you.
Yeah. I mean, you don't like
That's just
Pokemon
me.
Snaps, so why would you like?
I wrote
scary
it down.
Pokemon
Hey
Snaps?
man,
You know?
hey man, I happen to have a Nintendo approved photo that has garnered 3,000 likes on the Nintendo Miiverse or whatever it's called. So
Yeah, I
don't
like that
you
you
dare
printed it
tell
out.
me
That's
I don't like
fantastic.
new Pokemon Snap. I'm the best snapper.
That's right.
I
You
would
got-
like to see Catherine take a better photo than this one. I
You know,
challenge
we
her.
could ask. We could ask. And then, like, obviously, Hyrule Warriors: Age of Calamity expansion pass stuff.
Yes.
Cool.
Yep.
He's got nunchucks now.
You can play as a guardian. I'm excited about that. There's you can Zelda on a hog. Zelda riding that hog
yeah.
all day, dude.
So we expected that. I think if
Yep.
we didn't put it on the list, we definitely discussed it 2 weeks
No,
ago.
we did. We put it
Yeah,
on
the
the
DLC.
Skyward
I was just
Sword.
like-
They mentioned again. It's
Yeah.
happening next
Skyward
month.
Sword.
Super excited.
showed
Can
some more
I
gameplay.
just say, I told you guys, and you guys were like naysaying me. You
What?
guys were naysaying me about Breath of the Wild 2 and the connection I made with Skyward Sword. Y'all were naysaying me.
Oh.
I remember it.
You
I
called
don't
it.
remember.
No. Scoot
What?
said that we're gonna be able to use the Loftwing amiibo in Breath of the Wild 2, and I said, "Omega lol, it's not happening."
Oh,
But
okay.
here it is,
Oh,
probably
okay.
gonna
I don't-
happen.
One more.
I
We
don't
haven't-
remember that
We haven't
conversation
seen
at
it
all.
yet, and I understand that, but we weren't given that. Nintendo has also said we weren't given a title for Breath of the Wild 2 because gamers would be able to understand, like, oh, this is what's happening in Breath of the Wild 2.
Yeah.
So
We were given the story though.
I'm-
We
I'm-
were given what's
I'm
happening.
telling you, listen, I haven't played Skyward Sword, but the falling animation was the same.
Yep.
So I'm just saying,
But it's just
give me a
cinematic.
bird,
But
give me a bird, bring
Yeah,
me a KFC because I'm
islands
dunking
flying
on you
up.
clowns.
There's
Yeah,
a lot of
there's
stuff. It
flying
looks
islands.
cool.
Well, okay. Before we get into Breath of the Wild proper, the elephant in the room, the big reveal, the hey, let's talk Nintendo. There was
yeah.
also Legend of Zelda Game & Watch with a couple of Zelda games on it.
Oh, I cried,
Right.
dude.
Anyway,
They made a clock.
big sleepy. They didn't even port the Zelda Game & Watch onto the Game & Watch. Are you kidding me?
No,
That was
no, I
the
was-
most
I
ridiculous
was-
thing ever.
I
There were like
I
3
said,
games: Zelda 1,
Yep,
Zelda 2,
clock.
and then Link's Awakening. I was like, whatever.
Listen,
Why did
everyone
they pick
I
Link's
know on Twitter
Awakening
was like
and not Link
freaking
to the
out trying to
Past?
pre-order it.
What? Just I know it had 2 screens, but just why would you make a Game & Watch and not put Game & Watch on it? That's so
Yeah.
silly.
Yeah.
All right.
Everyone was
Breath of the
freaking out
Wild.
about pre-ordering that thing.
Well, yeah.
And
It'll be a
literally
collector piece.
yesterday, I went to a Best Buy to get a cable, and I walked by and I saw a Nintendo Game & Watch thing, and I was like, do I want that? Yeah, I'll get it next time I see it. I still see those things. I'm not worried about getting one. It'll be easy.
Yeah.
We also live near the Nintendo store, who has it. They have everything. So
Yeah, fine.
we don't need to worry about that. But that being said, though, I was disappointed that there was no
Boo.
Zelda collector's edition gimmick.
It didn't surprise me.
I'm very surprised that the Wii U is still relevant.
Yeah.
And
They deconfirmed the Switch Pro
yeah, not even before it even started. That's the one thing.
before the presentation even started.
Yeah. During my intro, I grabbed the little screen that just said exclusively Switch software, and everybody in chat was just like, "Omega lol." Techno was just like, "They're still gonna release it." Everything happened.
I think it's all rumor now, like
Yeah.
almost confirmed. Like
Yep.
people are putting Nintendo in a box, and they're like, no, we will not be.
I feel like we'll get to it, but I really now have a select 2020 date, 22 date for Switch Pro. I would put money now onto it. But why don't we move on to the big boy, #1 video on trending on YouTube, 2.3 million views in 5 hours. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild sequel. What do we think?
He's got a weird looking arm now that can do stuff, and that's
Yeah.
cool.
Mom liked it.
We
Yeah.
love those.
Crusty Ganon.
Krusty
You
Ganon.
Crusty
He's very
Ganon.
crusty.
And it's
I love
extremely
Krusty
dehydrated.
Krab pizza.
it's
Zelda dies.
Yep, she
Zelda
falls.
falls off
Hell
a cliff.
yeah, she
You know?
deserves it.
It's
For the first like 6 shots they showed of Link was like him from behind with
just
like
his hair.
you couldn't tell what was going on and his hair was flopping around and his hair's short. I was like, could be Zelda, could still be Zelda.
Oh,
And then
don't
it
get me
wasn't. I was like,
started.
no,
There's
okay.
probably a million YouTubers going.
No, there
Yeah.
are, but like my whole thing is like, if that was Zelda, her teat would be out, and that's not okay.
Right. Once they got to this outfit, I was like,
Yeah.
that can't be it then.
Yeah,
Can't be presenting female nipple on my Twitch television.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
I think it looks really great. I think it looks really fun. I want to see more. I don't have a lot to comment on. I think it's
No.
cool that like there's a natural progression of like the enemies, like how they have decided to make the Talos's war elephants. I
Yeah, that was
love
cool.
that.
Yeah.
That was
Of
cool. I love
course,
that.
that's the natural progression. Of course, that's the
Mhm.
next step.
Yep.
Yeah, and they showed off a
it-
handful of new like.
But it's
new...
not like. Oh, sorry, Doug. I don't mean to talk.
No.
over you.
I was interrupting you. I thought you were winding down. Please continue.
No, I was just saying. I like nothing seems like that. Nothing seems like an overstep. Like it doesn't seem like it doesn't seem like it's like, this guardian is has 2 heads. Like
Yeah.
something insane that like why wasn't that in the first game?
Yeah.
It seems like they have taken the world of Breath of the Wild and they've said, how do we naturally evolve this?
Here's what would happen naturally.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it doesn't
and-
look like low hanging fruit as well. Not like, oh, it's a
Yeah.
guardian but with 2 heads, but like you're doing. It shows off these new moves as well, like he's showing now. But like you're shooting fire, you're gooping your way through a
Yeah.
floor for
Yeah,
some
the
reason.
goop-
Like it's very interesting, and the stasis is still around, but it's evolved. It's very cool.
Yeah,
Now
like
it- now it
shrine
shows you where it's
powers.
gonna go.
How do we evolve shrine powers and how do
Yeah.
we make them different?
Yeah, it looks like you're using your arm now instead of the slate as well. So
Yeah,
maybe the slate fell off the cliff with Zelda.
I'm very
I hope
excited.
so.
Um,
The
ver-
slate, as
very pumped.
integral as it was also kind of stupid.
Well, the slate
Yeah.
was this is the Wii U gamepad
Yeah.
that you're holding
Yes.
right now, and then whoops, it's on the
Yeah.
Switch. Oopsie.
Yeah,
You know,
so-
I'm listen. I'm excited for the inevitable Jyggy versus Scootish bingo battle, Breath of the Wild 2 edition.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's one of those things where it was a 1-minute trailer, and this was something where I sat here and I said, "Wow, it's exactly what I wanted," which is that there's still going to be Hyrule. We're still on the ground. We're now fighting these crazy stone taluses. It's camps. You have like that's Death Mountain. You have all these crazy new things. There's a flamethrower, but it's a new experience. It's a new experience that continues what I love about what I consider to be one of my favorite Zelda games. Something that absolutely changed the like everything with which is Breath of
Yeah,
the
it's
Wild.
gonna be cool.
And
Like, go ahead.
Visually, this game looks stunning, and
Mhm.
I know I'm gonna say it again, but I hope that
Literally Skyward Sword.
I really hope that it is a launch title with this shot in particular made me gasp. Basically, it has. I hope that this game is a launch title with the Switch Pro, and that you can play it on normal Switch, but you can also get like 1080p 60.
Nah, Switch Pro deconfirmed.
It's not deconfirmed, dude. They already.
Nah,
it's,
deconfirmed.
it's not deconfirmed
Deconfirmed.
because the fact that they're making the
Deconfirmed.
screens for it, dude. They're making the screens for
Nah,
it. All right.
Yo, TB,
It's
TB,
because it's
diagonal
2020
high
March
five. Let's go.
2022.
Deconfirmed, right, TB?
This way, right?
Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
I just
Yeah,
like
high
it,
five,
just like
yeah.
playing Age of Calamity. You were like, oh, I recognize like these vignettes. I recognize this area from Breath of the Wild, and like
yeah.
we're back. It's very
Yep.
cool. It's going to do the same thing. Where
We're
like,
back, but we're not.
oh, this is the same spot. Except it's there's a big crater where this ground used to be because it's up in the air now.
Yeah,
And then
I
it's-
think
yeah.
it'll be really great when you are able to go from the lower level to the upper level.
Yeah.
Via Loftwing.
Sure. I'll give you that. I'm Revolver's Gale is now the most important.
You'll be able to pillar up Minecraft. Style.
Dude, honestly,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be real. I hope those, I hope whatever, the Guardians, I hope they don't come back.
The Guardians? No, they'll be there.
No,
Or whatever. Rivali, Mifa.
Well, they're friends now. Oh, the champions.
You don't think that champions,
champions,
will be there?
I don't think so. I hope they don't
have
come
a
back.
boo. I need a boo. I need a boo. Anybody got a boo in the chat? Like I feel like I need the Guardians to come
Like
back
the
because I
Ghost?
feel like they were extremely important.
The champions?
No,
I think the
Champions.
champions got their swan song in
Yeah.
Age of Calamity.
they were.
honestly.
Their
Yeah.
story's done.
Yeah,
though.
they had their own
task is
DLC.
complete.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Sure.
And
What do we
that-
think
yeah,
of
the
Link's
DLC.
hair? I want to talk Link's hair. That's what I want to do. I want to talk about no ponytail,
God.
Freedom Link. Call
Yeah,
the
Link's hair
wild.
got longer,
I love it. I think it's great.
and
I-
Zelda's got shorter.
Yeah.
They've
Yeah.
equalized.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I really cannot wait for just like a pure gameplay trailer for it. They say 2022, which means in my opinion, November 2022.
Listen, I'm
12:31.
really excited. I'm really excited for when Doug Bowser brings Shigeru Miyamoto to the Tonight Show and Jimmy Fallon gets to play it, and
Yeah.
that's the only gaplay we get. I'm really excited for
I'm
that
about
day
it.
just as much as you
Yeah.
are.
I would do that.
But right now, all we have is this.
Yeah.
And I'm happy with this.
I am too. I'm satisfied.
I don't think I need to see anything else until they're actually ready to announce a date, whether that's E3 2022 or sometime before, so they can focus on other games during E3, which I kind of hope for the latter. But this looks fantastic. It is the perfect. Mwah. I will say, a little bit, as good as this was, I did kind of expect them to go, and just one more thing.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
I was hoping they would, but
What
Like,
would be your just
oh,
one
this-
more thing then, Scoot?
Well, I'm sorry, what?
What would be your just one more thing?
All right.
Yeah, I'm curious. You say Kingdom Hearts.
The
though,
camera
I
goes.
might
The
leave, I
camera
might
cuts to
leave.
black. The camera cuts to black. All of a sudden, bright lights everywhere. You see photos. That's right, photos of things, and you're confused. What's happening? Why are Nintendo characters being photographed right now? Then all of a sudden, you see the photographer is none other than the bodacious beauty, Rabid Peach, with a gun pointed at Mario. Rabid Peach snaps into Smash. Let's go.
You-
We did,
you
we
wanted
did
one more
discuss.
Smash?
We
You
thought
wanted
it
the
would
final?
be bookended. We thought it would
Yeah.
be bookended with Smash reveals. And
All right.
I do agree.
it's been a good podcast. We need to send Scootish to bed.
I thought that Breath of the Wild sequel was the one more thing because like he came
Yeah.
out and he was like, all right, like here's your update on some stuff Zelda related and oh by the way, and then he did that. So I
Could
think
you
that's,
imagine if they
what we
ended
got.
on Game & Watch? Zelda Game & Watch?
Yeah, that would have been we would yeah
Yeah.
somebody would have died.
The moment that he said, and this is what I said. The moment that he said we don't have any more Switch games in development, I was like, okay, we're getting Breath of the Wild 2 trailer right now.
Yeah.
Anyway, why don't we move on to questions and
Questions.
let's do actually TB and TB
Please,
Doug,
yeah.
do you have one more? What would be your one more and one more? Nothing? Were you satisfied?
Let me look at the bingo card here.
Also, please as of note, let's please like take a moment to realize I want Sora and Smash more than Rabid Peach. I just want to put that out
Yeah.
there.
And I do too.
I
Actually,
feel as though it's
think,
important. Otherwise,
I think Sora
So
deserves it.
I saw a tweet comparing the first fighter pass to the second fighter pass. The first slot, mildly accepted Nintendo character. We had Min Min and Piranha Plant. Second one,
no, the first
the-
character was Joker.
Joker, dude.
well, Piranha Plant happened before the fighter pass was a thing, but
Okay, all right. I
and
yield. I'm sorry,
and then the second DLC character
was Joker.
was the how in the world did this happen character. It was Steve and Joker. Third character, the Square Enix character, Sephiroth and Hero.
Sure.
Fourth character, the 2-pack. We had Banjo Kazooie and we had Pyra Mithra.
Okay.
or fifth character, fighting game character.
Okay.
Oh
Oh,
no!
so you're thinking we're getting a Nintendo boy?
No, I think
So,
we're getting a Fire Emblem character.
Sixth character, the disappointing character with a sword.
No, another.
Sora! That's my
You're saying he's
boy!
disappointing?
Every character on my shirt is Sora.
Yeah.
I mean, I do think
for
we
the
have
audio
to.
listeners, love you to death. I'm wearing a T-shirt where it's Sora, Roxas, Ventus, and Shion standing like they're all together singing Bohemian Rhapsody, made by the hit British pop group Qumu. Now the
Qumu.
joke that they're all
Qumu.
Sora is because they're canonically all Sora. Go ahead, Jyggy 11.
No.
So-
I think we're gonna get. Yeah, I think we're gonna book.
We're gonna
with
get
a Nintendo
Aqua.
character, but I mean,
It's not going to be Sora. It's going to be Aqua.
I'd be down. I'd be down. I'd be down. If they threw a curveball and it was Kyrie, let's go.
all right. Why don't we move into the question and answer portion of our show here, the final part of our show here, the way we end the show. Guys, if you have any comments, questions, or you want to talk to us about E3, any conference, anything you want to know our opinions of it, post it in the chat, !Q right now, and let's talk about that. Margs with the boys here.
Yes.
The first one here. I'll get us started here. What was the biggest disappointment of E3? You want who wants to start?
Like a company or an individual game?
I think it's just anything you want. What was the biggest disappointment?
I'm a big Tales of fan.
Mm-hmm.
I think it sucks that Bandai Namco only showed off a phone game and none of Tales of Arise. Tales of the Abyss for the Nintendo 3DS is one of those video games that actually changed my life and saved me as a human being. So not like this game is coming up and not being able to like see any of it at E3, huge letdown.
Yeah. I have the exact same opinion as Scootish, but for Beyond Good and Evil 2.
I was about to say Beyond Good and Evil.
I'm with that. Good for you guys. My answer is a little bit more weeby. Your answer is a little bit more wildly accepted by the nomenclature of.
My answer is gonna make people mad. My biggest disappointment was how many times they showed Monster Hunter Stories 2. They showed it every day on different press conference, gimmick after gimmick. I get it. You want me to buy the game? Yes, they did. It was everywhere, dude. It was literally everywhere.
Capcom and Nintendo.
Yeah,
Yeah, I only saw it those two
I
times.
swear, Monster Hunter Stories 2 was
It's
like
okay.
everywhere.
It's a Capcom game and a Nintendo exclusive. I think they're just advertising the crap out of it because it's a hard sell.
Yeah.
Because the first one was pretty much a Japan exclusive and
Yeah.
didn't really do well over here. So they're trying to make
This
it
one
like
looks amazing.
Yeah,
this
no,
one looks
it
really good. And with how good Monster Hunter Rise is, I am kind of thinking about it. I won't lie to you. So I think they're just over advertising it. I don't think that's the same thing as what you're
All
saying.
It was a disappointment to me to see that many.
That's fine.
!Q, guys, if you want to get in, please ask us our
Let's
questions.
speed through questions.
Would you rather eat a
dumb
horse
one.
or a shoe? Horse is a food. Go on.
Horse is
Yeah,
not a food.
horse is a type of meat you can eat.
Yeah, horse is more
Since
edible.
when? When can you eat horse?
When can you eat shoe?
Oh my!
Eat a shoe
what
right
the
now.
hell
Jyggy.
are you
Leather.
talking about? Is it?
Most of the time,
It's
shoes
an
are made
animal.
of leather.
We can cook anything.
Horse meat is an actual dish called chevaline.
Our producer is saying Jyggy told me that meme questions are okay. Sorry about that one. Thank you, Techno.
All right, next one here, Doug.
Who would be a better new Smash character than Jyggy? No, not Jyggy. Sorry, than that guy from Tekken. Than Kazuya.
Who would we rather see, or who I would rather see?
It's just each of us, I guess.
Be a better
Yeah,
Smash
yeah,
character.
It's just
who'd you
personal
rather see?
preference for
Yeah, I
me.
mean, this is,
If it was
yeah.
another fighting game thing, Scorpion from Mortal Kombat.
Just log into Twitter and you'll get all kinds of
Yeah.
answers to that question.
Master
I'm sure-
Chief.
Master Chief.
I'm gonna say Sora. End of
Yeah.
my days. I want Sora. Not
Yep.
gonna happen. But Sora.
Oh, he's getting some heat right now. Let's see. Jack Sparrow probably would be
Doom
funny.
guy.
Oh, that'd be wild.
Doom guy.
That'd be cool.
Jyggy,
Voiced by
Doom guy.
voiced by Johnny Depp.
Yeah,
Double
voiced by
dip.
Johnny-
That would be awesome.
I think for me, I actually think I would have preferred, instead of a fighting guy character, I think I would have preferred one more like indie game slight representation, like something smaller that we would not have seen. I actually would have loved to. I know this is never gonna happen, but I would have loved to see like Hollow Knight, or I would have loved to see like Shovel Knight, or I would have loved to see something along the lines of something smaller, but just
Something else named Knight.
Well,
I'm gonna be honest. I don't. I will never want that personally.
okay.
Yeah.
Not for Smash DLC, because DLC
Sure.
implies that I'm gonna pay for it.
I
and
don't
I have
play
paid
Smash
for it.
Bros that much, so it doesn't really matter
That's
to me all that
fair.
much.
I'm a big Smasher.
Yeah.
I think Smash, like if they were put into the game base, yes, I'm okay with that. 'Cause that's not extra. It was in.
Yeah.
If I'm paying extra for like an indie character, when the character is as much as the character's game, I'm gonna be a little mad.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also think I would have
I'll-
liked a new
and I'll upgrade.
Pokemon. I'd like a new Pokemon.
Yeah.
I feel like it's been a minute since we've had
Right.
any Pokemon. I'd like
Yeah.
I think Incineroar. Well, Incineroar was a great addition, but I think I'd like something along the lines.
Put
of-
in Rillaboom, you cowards.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to the next one. Describe your hype level of Pirates of the Caribbean crossover of Sea of Thieves from 1 to 100. 90, 92, 95, somewhere in there. I'm really excited about it.
I would say mine's like a 95. I am the like I said, my only nitpick of the entire thing was that I didn't like I did not like Davy Jones's voice compared to the original actor. But other than that, I am immensely excited, and I really hope that I haven't seen like gameplay, so I'm interested to see what the gameplay is gonna be.
I think we might have found Steve's what he described as a very specific and
Can we
pointed
cut this
question.
down
about-
to one
Sea
Sea
of
of Thieves
Yeah, I'm
thing?
trying to. It's taken me this long to vamp and try to read the whole thing. He's just. It's just
I-
basically, will you be disappointed if it's co-op only? Do you think it'll be lost if?
Okay, the entire
th-
game's co-op only.
Well, no,
No,
it's not.
like
Absolutely not.
instanced with no other players, like that kind of thing.
I don't think it is, because you
I-
see 4 players swimming around Jack Sparrow.
No, but the idea behind Sea of Thieves is, yeah, you can have a crew of 4, but in reality, you are sharing the world with as many other people
Yeah.
as possible, and they can
And,
mess you up and come steal your
but-
stuff.
They also said it's a separate mode on its own,
Did
so
they?
it could just be
It sounds like it's instanced then.
Yeah.
And if it is, I won't be disappointed. Like I kind of halfway expect it, and I think it'll be fun anyway.
Yeah. So
I'm sure they will do a fantastic job with it.
Yeah.
People really like their game.
I'm a nice breezy 69, because funny sex number. But also, it's like cool, really cool announcement. But I've never been sucked into Sea of Thieves. I've never cared. I do not care if it's instanced. I do not care if Jack Sparrow is spawn camped by sweat lords. In fact, nothing would make me happier if I could log into the game and sink Jack Sparrow's friends' ships. I think that would make me giggle on stream. So that's my opinion.
All right, I've got a quick thing to say here. In the words of Ganon11 in chat, Metroid 5, Metroid 5, Metroid 5.
Yes.
Yeah.
For our
Yeah.
audio listeners, that's the chat got very excited when we started the Nintendo
Yeah.
segment.
Yeah.
Had to say it 3 times.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Metroid 5.
Yes.
I'll say it one
So,
more for
well, I
goodness
mean, it's not a question, but what's the winner? Like, what is the thing you're most excited for from? What's the one game that you're most excited for from all of E3?
I mean, I
don't think anything won for me.
think Nintendo. I think as much as you can call me a child, you can call me a nerd, you can call me I'm a fanboy. I think
No,
Nintendo won.
Hold on, Doug's not
The
asking what
Xbox
console.
well,
mini
okay.
fridge.
Oh,
I think
Doug
I think we
asked
can-
what game.
Yeah.
oh, what game
Yeah,
won?
Just what game? What single game are you most excited for?
Right at this
For me,
moment.
it's Metroid 5. Metroid
Yeah.
5 for me.
Metroid 5.
I'm gonna go with Metroid 5. It would be Zelda, but it's still a far off future
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah,
and I don't
October is
want
much closer
a
than
far off
2022.
future thing to win E3 ever.
Shin Megami Tensei 5.
Cool.
Great,
Okay.
great answer.
Great.
Good
Great.
answer.
That's your Persona 4
And, yeah,
that you put on 2 of our video cards.
I'm sure that there will be a bunch of people in the comments and all that being like, yeah, well, Breath of the Wild 2 is gonna be so great. Yeah, it is, but it's a long time away. Just like Scoot said, right now I don't have enough information, and yeah, I'm really excited just because I played the first one. But in reality, 19 years separating like a story. This Metroid 5 is gonna be nutty. It's gonna be nutty.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe like mid-September, like start playing all the Metroid games again or something.
Yeah.
I just in hype leading up to it. Should be very cool.
It might be a Metroid 1, Metroid 2, Super, and Fusion kind of run. You know?
Oh yeah, the main lines maybe
Might
just to
do
lead straight up to it.
those. Skip primes for when the prime comes out. You know.
Are you
Cool.
doing that too, Gannon? Lol. Excellent. Very cool. All right. I think that wraps up the show. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Thank you, audio listeners. For both of you. You're great.
Audio
Let's go,
listeners,
audio
love you to
listeners.
death.
We love you.
Stop being such cowards and come to twitch.tv/Jyggy11 bi-weekly.
Tweet us questions at #MWTB.
Yeah,
Then-
and do that too.
The next Margs of the Boy is on June 29th. So we will be talking about things then. I don't know what our topic will be.
And I want
Maybe
to
we'll
see.
throw a curveball. Maybe
Yeah.
we'll talk about something completely out of left field.
Let's talk about something insane. And
Yeah.
I want the chat a bumpin' on both twitch.tv/Jyggy11 and twitch.tv/Duggernaut.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna spell that name because that's so
There's
long.
13 characters. It's
Maybe
insane.
we won't even
A lot
talk
of
about video
characters.
games for the first time.
We'll just talk about something else.
Yeah, we are allegedly a pop culture podcast.
It's true.
So
We are
Yeah.
supposed to be a
Talk
pop
about-
culture podcast.
We have some ideas. You'll want to see what we're cooking. Let's talk. We'll talk in the DMs and we'll surprise you guys. So get
Yeah,
ready
we'll
for
talk
it.
next
Strap
Tuesday
in.
at 2 p.m. Eastern
Or-
time. 5
Or
hours
maybe
before the
we'll
show.
just debate for 2 hours about who would win Pokemon or a billion lions. We'll see.
Billion lions. The answer's
No,
a billion
Pokemon,
lions.
dude. Pokemon.